know what I mean? We got Ishmael Bay in the building. I want to show y'all what this is all about. Alright? So look, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. First and foremost, I rise. I give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. Saturday Night Live. We in the building. We pumped up. Let's go. We on Facebook. Okay. First and foremost, I rise and give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give honor to his noble prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and your prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Check this out. What had happened was, I'm minding my business. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm just chilling. I'm doing my little research. I'm doing my studies. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm preparing myself for the meetings tomorrow, for the live stream tomorrow. And then what do I know? My brother, who I've been waiting for a minute, Ishmael Bey, he want to tag me in something. I've been telling Ishmael Bey for a few weeks, brother, it's time to come back on the show. It's time to come. It's say, brother, when you're ready, whenever you're ready, you get the topic. So today, Ishmael Bey, the top Moorish World TV scholar, he hits me. And links me in. He links me into a post. The post I'm going to share with you right now. I'm going to show you what I seen. Okay, let me show you what I seen. Let me get to it real quick. Let me show you what I seen. You follow me? Let me show you what I seen. Here we go on Facebook is what I seen. Varian Xavier says, claiming to be Moors or claiming your ancestors were Moors is cultural appropriation and disrespectful. African American ancestors did not conquer or invade Spain. I'll say again, he says African American ancestors did not conquer or invade Spain. Your people did not teach Europeans how to bathe either. I think he wants some attention. So we're going to give him the attention that he wants. He said, your people did not teach Europeans how to bathe either. That's some BS. Feel-good history. All human races knew how to clean themselves. This European-minded brother is crazy. He said, all human races, all humans and races knew how to clean themselves, whether they always did or not is another story. So look, he mentioned me. Please don't show no memes or pictures either. So we say, okay, we ain't showing no memes and we ain't showing no pictures. But what we will do is we'll do what we got to do. We'll do what we got to do. So he's coming all the way through here. So I say to the brother, I'm strolling down. Ishmael Bey say, I can and have proved some of my ancestors are Moorish from Morocco and proved part of my ancestry indigenous. Although I understand and even support much of brother Varian Xavier teaches, he knows I can prove. I teach just like anybody else. Make no mistake about it. We can make an example of anybody daring to say what I teach is false. That's what I love about my brother Ishmael Bey. He ready to step up to the plate. And so I come in, would you like to test your theory? Or are you just another meme? Let's put the facts to the table. And Ishmael Bey said something. And so Ultimately, you see the brother laugh at the demonstration. Ultimately, the brother agreed. So here we go. We are here waiting on the brother to show up. With that being said, we are waiting for the brother to show up. He agreed to show up. So we are waiting for the brother to show up. So, brother, I just sent you the link. Don't tell me you are Pan-Africans. You're going to be in the frying pan in a minute. I just sent you the link, brother. Don't act crazy because I have a screenshot where I sent you the link. I just sent you the link. I just talked to you on the phone. I talked to you. And I just sent you a link. You see the link. Matter of fact, let's stop playing these games. Talking about send me the link. I'm going to show the people that I sent you the link. Stop playing these games. Can anybody see right here? Anybody see the messenger? He see the link at 8:48. He see it. Where he at? Where he at? Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I'll show you even more. There he go. Let's get busy. Let us come out to play.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir, brother. Listen, brother. You can try that old stuff with Edisai or Sinetta. But listen, if you want boost your channel ratings with Moorish World TV, you have barked up the wrong tree this time. See, Sinetta will help you boost your ratings. We will make your ratings decline. Let's go down the list. Let's go down the list. I'm not even going to name nothing because I already did demolish so many of them with this information, with the assistance of my brother Ishmael Bey, my brother Sharif Bey, my brother Tonica L, in the life of my brother Sheikh 7L. So, brother, if you I want to give you the floor real quick before it's first and foremost, brother. Listen, look at the camera. Do you really want this work, brother?
Oh, I'm ready.
You really want this work? Hey, brother, let me ask you a real question, brother. Do you smoke herb?
Every day.
I figured that. And so now, it explains it. You high as a kite. Thinking that you are going to debunk Moorish thought. You got to be high as a kite. But with that being said, brother, you are our guest. Introduce yourself and let the people know who you are, brother.
What's happening, fam? Thanks for having me on, first of all. And I hope you can hear me clearly. I know it's a little delay because I see you on the video still talking. But I'm Chief X. I call myself Chief X, the God best reincarnated. And, I'm ready for y'all. Whatever question you got, I'm ready to.
Hold on. I got a special guest in the building. The KKK is back in the building. Hey, KKK, I need to make you make an agreement with us. When we stay here, it stays in the Moorish World TV chat. KKK, give me a thumbs up. Is what we talk about here, stay here. Don't you take it back on that field with that cross. I need the information to stay right here. KKK, give me, that's the Ku Klux Klan, brother. See, you ain't got the Ku Klux Klan on your channel. We got the Ku Klux Klan, and we got Donald Trump. He'll be in later. But with that being said, go ahead, brother. Finish up. I got excited.
Yeah, I'm Chief X. My YouTube page is also Chief X.
Don't be trying to market your YouTube page. Your YouTube page is going up in flames after this debate that we're going to have tomorrow. We're just going to lay out the framework today. But go ahead. You can go ahead and do a shameless drop. Go ahead. Moorish World TV got you.
So yeah, my YouTube page is Chief X. If you ever want to check me out, I got a lot of information on there that will re-educate you. And a lot of the Moors need to update a lot of the information because they're behind in time. They done read a lot of books that have been debunked and retired. So we're going to get it in here and teach the truth. And I'm about to wake your whole audience up.
Oh, and you know what? Now, Chief X, before I open the gate and let the heavyweight in, before I open the gate and let the heavyweight in, what is your premise? What does the chief stand for? Who is the chief and what is the origin of the chief? Where you coming from, brother? Historically, I ask.
Well, you know, I'm. It's a delay, so I see you talking, but I guess you can hear me. I'm Chief X. I live in Los Angeles. I consider myself a Pan-African, a Garveyite, whichever they want to call it. I started off my journey in 1992. And my flashpoint was the Nation of Islam. I used to go to the mosque regularly. I found fault in that. Then I moved on and met some Moorish brothers. Then I used to go to the temple out here in Los Angeles for a short period of time. I found fault in that. Then I started studying Hebrew Israelite doctrine, found fault in that. Then I started studying Orthodox Islam, and I said, fuck it. Why am I trying to fit in?
Chief X, we got to keep our language at a minimum. I got children, and we got an audience that have their children watching with us. Children need to learn too, brother. So please, control your language, and let's go, brother.
Okay, yeah. So I finally found fault and all that, and I said, why am I trying to fit into a certain organization, a certain clique? Why do I need to feel the need to fit in? So I just became a truth seeker, a sincere truth seeker. And I've been on my journey studying African history. I started studying about the Nile Valley civilizations, and I met Eswar, and I've been on that mission ever since, being a sincere truth seeker. So I'm not.
So without any further ado, let me bring my brother Ishmael Bey in, and then I will carry on with some of the questions that I have. Brother Ishmael Bey, the true heavyweight of Moorish World TV, along with Ali's men, and along with my brother Sheik 7, and everybody else who has been on the panel here at Moorish World TV in the defense of the gospel. Brother, introduce yourself, because you've been gone for a while. It's been a long time. You shouldn't have left us. Brother, come on in, brother. Come on in.
Peace and blessings to you, brother. How you doing, brother Tahaka? How you doing tonight?
Brother, I'm feeling good because I hear your voice.
It's all good, man. Definitely peace to you. Peace to Moorish World TV. Peace, my brother Chief X. This is going to be a good, fruitful discussion / debate tomorrow. If it's a preview tonight, it can be a preview tonight. If it's a debate right now, we can go live right now. Whatever. I'm locked and loaded at all times. I just want to make sure that we're able to dispel any of the myths, and also that we clarify that all Moors do not think the same. All Moors do not make the blanket statements or all think uniformly. Some of us are more inclined to be academically astute. Some of us are more going to be more responsible for the information that we put out to the people. But when blanket statements are put out about all Moors, and the challenges is going out to all Moors, and anybody can get this work, then God damn it, I'm here, and I'm gonna give you that work that you've been asking for.
That's right. That's right. So Chief X, you hear it? You hear it, brother? You hear it?
Yes,
brother?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what I need to know from you before I get back to my brother, Ishmael Bey, brother, what is Donald J. Trump is in the building. Moorish World TV made it because we got Donald Trump, we got the KKK, and we got the weed smoking Chief X. No, I'm playing. Brother Chief X, I'm just joking, brother. Listen, brother, what is your premise on the origin of what we would call, or what society will call, if you will, African American? What is the origin, brother? Because you say you're a Pan-Africanist. What is the origin of our people before slavery?
Okay, first, let me let you know, I appreciate you and like you, because I like your energy, and you've always had a great personality. You crazy as hell, but you have a great personality, and I do have respect for you. You're one of the Moors. Actually, you and Ishmael are two of the Moors that I do have.
What happened?
Can you
You just made me laugh, and then you muted yourself.
Hold on. Can you hear
What
me?
happened? Let me see if they can hear me. I can see your volume, but I don't see. Let me make sure I didn't do nothing. Let me make sure I didn't see nothing. Let me see, make sure people
Yeah,
can hear.
I can hear Chief X. I can hear the brother. I can hear Chief.
Hold up. Let me look at the people. Ish,
I know,
can you say something, Ish?
I got some of that good. I got some of that good equipment. You probably got some of that stuff from Morocco that don't work right.
Oh, that's me. That's me. That's me. Hold up. Say something again.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I hear the brother just fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you got to get your stuff from the
people
state.
can hear. Oh, they can hear, but I can't hear. What I do?
You got that Moroccan shit.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Hold up, Chief X.
We on the West Coast, so we got that good reception.
Brother, you ain't getting away from this. You ain't getting away from this. Let me see. Frostbite audio. Let me see. You ain't getting away from this one here. The phone microphone webcam. Bam.
Mic check 1 2.
There we go. I can hear.
Yeah, right.
Say something. Say something, brother.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You ready for this spanking?
Away from this, brother. Now, brother Chief X. Now, I didn't hear a word that you say, so I need you to run it back for me. You said I'm crazy as HELL, something like that. You said.
Yeah, I was saying I have, of all the Moors, I have big respect for Ishmael Bey and you, and I really like your personality and your energy. You smile, and you have a great sense of humor, what makes it better to dialogue with when somebody has a nice sense of humor and they're not all uptight and things like that. So that's what I was saying. I don't know if you heard me in the beginning.
But what I need to know from you, brother, is what is the origin of our people who are classified as African America in this day and time, according to Chief X?
According to me, according to science, and according to the vast majority of the sane people in the world, African Americans are of West African heritage. That's where we came from.
Brother, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you just hear what you just said?
Did I hear what I just said? Yes, sir.
Pause for a minute, brother. I think you're in the wrong. I think you're on the wrong show. Because, brother, what you just said debunks your whole post. What you just said debunks your whole post. Let me read what your post said. Claiming to be Moors, claiming your ancestor was Moor is a cultural appropriation and disrespectful. African American ancestors did not conquer and invade Spain. Your people, didn't West Africans invade Spain? Or you think it was the pale Arab? Just curious.
Okay. So can I go on a little spill so I can help you out?
Sure. Help me out, bro.
Okay.
I'll turn it to Ishmael Bey. But remember, save your big guns for tomorrow. Because we're gonna show and prove tomorrow.
Okay. So we're just having a little preliminary, little discussion, a little fun. But you know, I'm a cook and bake right here. So check it out. No, it doesn't go against my initial premise. We are African Americans. Our nationality is American. When someone says African American, African is just a description of what type of American. So you have Japanese American, Chinese American, Mexican American. So we're all American, and we're American because we were born and raised in the United States of America, right? And this is our nationality, American. You have to have a nationality, you have to belong to a nation, and that nation is America. Now, we are of West African descent. That's pretty clear and universally agreed on, okay? So you said it contradicts my point. It doesn't contradict, because West Africans or sub-Saharan Africans never, ever, ever conquered Spain or Morocco. Who conquered Spain was the Arabs. Arabs and Berbers conquered Spain, not West Africans. That's where the mix-up comes in. So a lot of times over time, we've listened to a lot of our elders talk about the Moors and stuff, and all of them were wrong. I'm sorry.
So what we're going to do is tomorrow, right? We're going to show and prove with data. Now you're going to have to prove that it was totally Arabs, and we're going to have to prove that it was Moors of African, indigenous Africa. You see, now once that is proven, I want you to get yourself, first of all, before we get to that, and I let my brother Ish chime in anytime. Brother, one thing is, you're totally tripping when you say we are African American. For one, brother, you say we get a nationality from a country. What country are you referring to in West Africa? Do you see how many are on there? You see how many countries are at the coast of West Africa?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No nationality comes from a continent, not on the planet Earth that we live on. There is no designation of a nationality of descent nation to the present nation in which you was born or live in or become naturalized in that gives the specific nationality as a continent. Bro, where do you get that research from that we are African American? If that's the case, if our good brother Barack Obama is from over here in Kenya, or his ancestors, his father was from Kenya, why wouldn't he be African American? Yet his father was Kenyan, and that would make him by default Kenyan American of some sort.
Not true.
How do you come up with the idea that it's okay for us here in America to have a whole continent with over 60 countries in it as a designation of national identity, of national descent identity, if you will? How you come up with that?
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Come on with it.
What is President Donald Trump's nationality?
I don't know. I don't know off the top. I don't really.
What is Hillary Clinton's nationality?
That, a matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up in real time. Come on with another question. I can give it to you real quick. I never looked it up, bro. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay. What is
Let's do what? We can't name everybody. Let me just look up. I'm gonna look up Hillary Clinton. Now.
Okay.
Why don't we look up why don't we also look up John F. Kennedy? How about that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now we already know he's Italian, right? Is he Italian American?
No, he's Irish American. But we're gonna pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah, well, why don't you yeah, let's pull up Irish American and let's see if he can make his point.
Yeah. But let me get Hillary Clinton because she has a country of descent origin.
Well, I think we might as well go after the most, the most famous presidents that know their nationality, which was John F. Kennedy. That was Irish American. You do agree with that, don't you, Chief X?
I'm not sure of his nationality. I haven't looked, but if his nationality is Irish American, that's fine.
Well, it's common knowledge. It's common knowledge that John F. Kennedy and the Kennedy family are one of the most famous Irish families. So if they're Irish Americans, what is your problem with Moorish Americans?
Hold up. Here we go. We got a breakthrough. Hillary Clinton, her descent nature is French.
Okay.
That's a country called France. You do know that, right?
Correct.
So she is still not designated according to a continent. Her descent nature is from a country.
Correct.
Why is your descent nature and you're trying to superimpose the descent nature on our people as a continent? Doesn't make sense, brother.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look at Donald Trump too now, because everybody got a descent nature that is consistent with another nation before the United States of America was even born. So we're gonna look at Donald Trump now. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I got answers. I'm fine with the Kennedys being Irish American. If they're from Ireland and consider themselves Irish Americans, I have no argument with that. That is appropriate and fine. I'm fine if Hillary Clinton considers herself French American. I've never heard her say that, but if she's from France and calls herself French American, that's
her
fine.
Ancestors is from France. Her ancestors is, not her.
Okay. If she wants to identify as French American, that's fine. Do you want to hear my explanation?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. You're saying, I guess, what you're trying to say is, I'm identifying with a continent instead of a country, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's where we have the confusion in the mind games. Okay. And a lot of times we want to play dumb to save face. Okay. Now, the whole entire world knows that there was a thing called the slave trade.
Okay.
And that people were captured from the areas of West Africa.
Okay.
Okay. So us being brought over here from Africa as slaves and going through the generations of time, a lot of us don't know the exact country.
Okay. Got you.
It's simple as, well, hold on. It's simple as that. And that's being honest and real. Since we don't know the exact country we came from, because African Americans are in a different position than the rest of the races in the world. All the other races in the world can claim I'm Irish American because they know that the country that they came from was Ireland. That's common sense. We can't do that as a people. We're different. We had a different, we went through a different thing in history than everybody else. So we don't exactly know what country in Africa we came from. Okay. So by default, we just use the word African American because we can't be specific about the exact country. So we just say African American because we're from the continent of Africa. Okay. And
all right. So can I answer this now?
Yeah, let me finish up. But it's better than saying I'm Irish American or I'm Moroccan American, because African Americans being from West Africa, Morocco is North Africa. So we definitely can't use Moroccan American or Moorish American. We have to, by all logic, say African American, and it's only fitting and proper.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we can't be specific about a country. So people with common sense can kind of say, okay, yeah, that's true. Because it is true. I didn't lie. I didn't make up nothing.
Okay. I got you. Let Ish go, and then I'll come back.
So on the back chat, posted up.
Because I see people saying bingo, but they about to lose their money on the card when I go.
So I put up on the back chat, it states Kennedy Irish roots. And we can pull up the article and we can go over the Kennedy Irish roots if that's necessary. But
I don't disagree with the Irish thing. So
I know you don't, but this is where you're in error. You sit there and acknowledge the European and their history and how it ties into America, but then you differ or have a problem with us coming from nations of Africa and then specifying that we are part Moorish American. So you acknowledge Irish American, but you have an issue with Moorish American. That's where you're in error at, because the part of Morocco is a part of Africa. Morocco is a country in Africa. They are a member of the African Union. They are an African country. So it is an African country. And we can prove that we come from these various countries by our DNA. You do know that, right? You can specify the countries that you derive from by your genetic makeup being traced. You do understand that, right? Now on Moorish World TV, we had Dr. Rick Kittles on here and we asked him everything under the gamut. And Dr. Rick Kittle was very, very clear on being able to acknowledge that we come from various African countries and we can trace the various African countries and tribes that we derive from scientifically. But you have a problem with that. But see, we've already proven our position scientifically that we can come from various African countries.
Indeed, indeed. Now, you good, Ish? Because I'm about to hit them
Yes,
over
sir.
the head.
I'm
And
yes, sir.
everybody in there that want to say bingo. First of all, everybody that want to say bingo, I'm about to bingo you real quick. Now, real quick, I'm about to screen share and show you something. First of all, in ancient times, before there were nation states, what I just showed you was a map, and I'm going to screen share real quick. What I just showed you was a map with borders. You see that? We're looking at a continent with borders. And when you're looking at a continent with borders, you're looking at what is known as nation states. Nation states is indicative of the borders that surrounding each territory that recognizes a tribe that has metamorphosed into a nation and swallowed up all local tribes. In other words, when you go to Nigeria, you got the Igbo, you got some Ashanti, and you got all different tribes. They were swallowed up into the one national name called Nigerian, or Nigerian would be a Nigerian American. But before that time, before nation state time, there was something that was known as the Moroccan Empire, if you will. And the Moroccan Empire began with an empire starting in a place that was known as Mauritania. Okay, this is before the European came with demarcation line and came with the nation state practice, if you will. It was called Mauritania, and it went from North Africa, Northwest Africa, all the way to Southwest Africa, and even across the Great Atlantis. But it originates in Northwest Africa called Mauritania, not the Mauritania, again, not the Mauritania that you would see on this nation state map that I'm going to show one more time, not this Mauritania that you would see on this nation state map over here in West Africa. No, the original Mauritania covered Libya, Algeria, Mauritania, Mali, Senegal, New Guinea, Nigeria, and so forth and so on. Do you follow me? That was the original Mauritania, and we can prove this tomorrow, but I'm just going to give you a little knock across your head real quick. Now, the original Mauritania is even consistent, stop for a minute, pause, is even consistent with the ancient Herodotus map. Anybody familiar with the old Herodotus map? The old Herodotus map right here, where the whole Herodotus map, where they say they got from ancient Kemet, they say Herodotus said that this map was given to him from ancient Kemet. Whether it's true or false is neither here nor there. But however, what you will notice in the ancient Herodotus map, you will actually notice Mauritania right there. You see where I got it circled? But right here, you will see Atlantis. This comes from ancient Egypt, supposedly. Could be wrong, but hey, for the sake of argument, these people was Mauritanian more before there were a nation state. So we're returning back to the origin of our nature, of our ancient forefathers. So everything got mixed up in the slave trade. Brother, you have been lost in time. Of course, everything got mixed up in the slave trade. But even in the mix-up of the slave trade, the borders in which you have been classified as different states was all Maori blood. Maori, M-A-U-R-I, the original indigenous name of Northwest Africa, the Maori, hence Moorish. And so the Prophet Noble Ali says that this is a new era of time, and all men now must proclaim their free national name. And so our free national name in this era of time is consistent with the ancient name of our forefathers and foremothers. So of course we come from different tribes and different nations as it relates to the tribal conglomerate of Northwest and Southwest Africa, yet the bloodline of Maori is the original bloodline of Northwest, Southwest Africa. Hence, where you get more from. When the Greeks came to the shore and the Maori people was there, they understood the word Maori and they said more. And so today we classify and identify ourselves with our ancient forefathers and foremothers who were the Maori people. And as you said yourself, they came from West Africa. And so West African are the original Maori people. And now I will give you some more research on that tomorrow if need be. But I'm going to go ahead and bust your brains out today. You ready? Unlink yourself. I'm just giving you a piece of it. I'm just giving you a piece of it, brother. The Maori people are the original people of West Africa. Hence the term Moorish.
X, you got to hit your microphone, bro. You muted yourself, bro.
He getting nervous now. He getting nervous. He getting nervous. He getting nervous. He getting nervous. Don't get nervous. Let me see if I can unmute my brother. I don't think I can unmute you. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. You know, brother, come on, brother. Don't do that, man. Don't do this. The people waiting on you, brother. Let me see if I can do it. Hold up. There you go. I unmuted you, bro.
Okay, can you hear me now?
He getting frustrated. I love you, bro.
Yes, yes, sir. We can hear you. Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, I'm on my desktop. I can't mute nothing. I don't mute myself. I have a camera right here and my equipment's proper. I can't mute nothing. So let the people know you're making mistakes.
I'm not making mistakes, brother. Everybody got controls to mute or unmute themselves.
Right now, I have no control to mute nothing.
Yes, you can, brother. What type of computer you got? Oh, you got an African-American computer.
I'm on a desktop with the camera facing me and it has a mic on the camera. It's nothing I can do to mute it. No, it's always on.
All is well, brother. I'm talking about
you got that Wii control computer.
Right. So look here.
Yes, sir.
You went on a long spill, and that's see, you just confused everybody. You switched from the topic we were talking to talk about etymology, ancient history, and I thought we were talking about nationality for a second. So you went all over the place and got the audience all confused, and they thought you was kicking some real good shit, but you had us all up and down. That wasn't the subject we was talking to. Now, if you wanted to switch to that subject, that's cool. We can talk on it, but you cannot go on long spills and speak about ancient history and say all that and miss out on naming on spitting any kind of chronology and dates.
Oh no, that comes tomorrow. That comes tomorrow.
But that's very important. Okay. Now, I'll touch on another subject since we're just all over the place and we can kind of nail it down more tomorrow. I'll say this. You basically was trying to say that West Africa was called Mauritanian Maori people. Okay. We didn't have countries then because you were talking about borders and things like that. We had tribes.
I said that.
So we had many different tribes.
Brother, that's
and not one. Excuse me?
That's exactly what I said. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no tribes in West Africa was ever called Maori people.
No, listen. The Mauritania is more of the empire.
I hear what you're saying.
What are you talking
about? Why don't you call yourself Mauritanian American instead of Moorish American? Because it's not making sense.
Because we're not in that era of time now.
Okay. So no one in Morocco, Algeria, Libya, or any of them places in this time call themselves Moor or refer to themselves as Moorish. So you can't just pick and choose like you want to do. Either you're going to be Mauritanian Americans or or not. You're making up your own thing based off of what Noble Drew Ali said. You can't use Noble Drew Ali as a source or an authority figure on geography. Noble Drew Ali was not a historian or a scholar by far. Okay. Not
Moorish
at all.
American was
used as a source or any authority, because I'm going to tell you. Let me just tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you, Noble Drew Ali was dead wrong if you use him for a source.
So brother, you telling me that we cannot self-identify ourselves according to our ancient heritage, history, or bloodline? Is that what you're telling me?
That's not your ancient heritage. Your ancient heritage is West Africa.
Bro, I just showed you. And I can show you more in depth tomorrow, that in ancient times, Mauritania extended from Northwest Africa all the way down to Southwest Africa, even across which we known as the Americas. I just showed you the map.
That's revisionist history. Those are falsifiable maps. That's not true.
Yeah, we'll prove our position. We'll prove our position tomorrow. We'll prove our position tomorrow in no limited time.
Hold up.
Okay, but
if he's gonna say, hey brother, if you're gonna say every map that we produce is false, brother, we ain't gonna have a good debate.
I'm not gonna say that, but what I'm no. This is what
maps. If I show you 10 maps and all of them is consistent with what I'm saying, brother, you can't name all of them false without proof.
Let me ask you a question. Since you right now, you went back to ancient times and are telling the people that all that area, South North Africa, you said, North Africa, and you're basically trying to say West Africa was called the Mauriland or Mauritanian Empire. That's incorrect. Let me ask you this question. What in these ancient times, since you're not going to talk about chronology, which is kind of hard to talk about history and not use dates, because we'll be all over the place. We'll be from 10,000 all the way up to 2018. It's not fair to do that. What would you call in ancient times the area of South Africa? What do you call that? Do you have a name for that also?
I think that would be the land of Kush, if I'm not mistaken. Wouldn't it?
That's what I said. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It don't work like that. Let me tell you how it works. Let me tell you how.
I'm asking you. I mean, you tell me what it is then. But I'm
gonna give you some clarity, brother, so we can have some focus. Okay. Answer this one question real specifically.
Brother, you got to ask me a question. Once I answer, if I'm wrong, you got to correct me with an answer.
I'm about to right now.
What was the area of South Africa called?
No, let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. Before what you call Moors, or the people who we started off talking about, conquered and invaded Spain and Morocco. That invasion started around approximately, let's say, 700 AD. Before they invaded that land, who was there?
Invaded what?
The Moors weren't there. So if the Moors are invading a land, that means that the Moors weren't in that land that they're invading. Who was there?
Hold up.
No, listen to what I'm saying. So by what you're saying is, you're saying the Moors invaded a land, they invaded a land and conquered themselves because themselves were already there. You see how it don't make no sense?
Bro, you're not making any sense.
No, I'm making sense. Listen to the question. If the Moors invaded Spain, that means the Moors were not there first.
What are you talking about?
It means someone else was there. You get what I'm saying? Who was that people?
Hold up, brother. When we're talking about the territory known as Spain, we're talking about Spaniards.
Right?
Spaniards was there.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Moors invaded that territory. What part are you missing?
No, you have it mixed up. Spain and Morocco is right next door to each other. You can swim from Morocco to Spain. It's a piece of like a damn little lake separating the two. If a people is in Spain, they're going to be in Morocco. It's the same way as if a people is in Egypt, they're going to be in Sudan. You get what I'm saying?
That's not
so a people, listen, a people were in that area. You're saying Moors invaded Spain. Who was in Spain before Moors went there? Who was in Morocco before Moors went there?
I'm telling you that the indigenous people of Morocco, which were the Moori people, which
No,
were
they weren't. They were the Berber people.
Brother, Berber came. The Berry people, or the Berry people is one of the tribes of the Moori.
Berber.
They called the Berry people. They are one of the tribes of the Moori.
Let's use universal names so we don't confuse the audience.
No,
the vast majority of people know it as Berber people. Let's just use universal terms.
The Berber is a misnomer and it's a derogatory name.
But that's fine, but we're talking to the public.
Let me finish.
The public don't know the word you're using. The public knows the word Berber.
But I'm going to educate them. The Berry people is one of the tribes of the Moori people, just like the Amazon people. They are one of the tribes of the Moori people. What do you see, brother? You all mixed up now, brother. The Moori people of Mauritania had multiple tribes, brother. And so the Berry people, the Amazon people, and the people of North Africa are the indigenous people of that area.
Wrong. Wrong. Let me tell you something, bro. Moors has two connotations. The Moors that invaded Spain and conquered the Iberian Peninsula was an Arab dynasty, not a West African tribe.
Okay.
This is known universally. This is why I asked this one question to Moors and they can never answer. I tell Moors, I will pay you $100 if you can name one black nappy-headed leader of Spain, nappy-headed like me and you, everybody on this panel. Name one black nappy-headed person who ruled or was in control of Spain or Morocco. I'll wait.
Okay. Hey, brother, you gonna wait? Don't wait too long, because I'm about to give.
There has never been a black man. Excuse me. Let me just do my turn break because people. Let me get this out real quick. Let me get this out so everybody can be clear. There has never been a kinky, nappy-headed African who ruled and conquered Spain. I tell people this all the time. You cannot name one nappy-headed black African that was ruler of Spain. If a people conquer Spain, that means they rule Spain and they will have a black African leader of Spain. They've never had one in the history of mankind because black African people didn't conquer Spain, the Iberian Peninsula. That was Arabs. That is appropriating culture. You're stealing the contributions and the achievements of Arab dynasties, not the West African or sub-Saharan dynasties. West Africans or sub-Saharan Africans have nothing at all to do with Spain, never did in history. They never even went to that area. And let me be clear again, that the people who was in Morocco and Spain before the Moors went there were Roman provinces.
I got an issue.
The Vandals, Visigoths, and things like that.
Hey, brother, let me respond real quick. Now, I'm going to give you one reference source, but tomorrow I will give you quite a few, okay?
Okay.
But now I'm just going to give you one right now, and I can't, I got to mute the mic because you got an echo coming in. I'll unmute you. I know I do it now. But I'm going to give you one reference source, and I just quickly Googled this. So I don't know how reliable it is because I just Googled it, but I do have research on deck that I really can get into and get to the meat of what I'm talking about. But this, let's see who did this. Let's see who did this first. This is by a European named Daniel Medley. All right? And I'm gonna share this with you. Now, this is just one. Now I can dig real hard and knock you out the box and show you pictures and everything. But that's for example. The Moors, listen to this, brother. Listen to this. The Moors were a nomadic people from North Africa, not from Arabia, from North Africa. Maybe this guy's lying too. Originally, they were the inhabitants of what? Mauritania. That's where the term Moor come from, okay? They were nomadic. You know what nomadic mean? You know what from North Africa mean? It doesn't mean from Saudi Arabia. It doesn't mean a pale Arab. They invaded Spain, taking their Islamic culture. Let me tell you something. When the first Islamic people came from Saudi Arabia, Ali descendants, they were not pale as the Arab that you see today. They looked like you, me, and everybody else with the nappy, kinky hair, taking their Islamic religion and culture with them in 711. They were overran by Visigoths. Those are the people that were in Spain that the Moors conquered. They spread across the Pyrenees into France, but they were turned back by Charles Martel and Frankish knights in 732. In southern Spain, the Moors established the Umayyad Caliphate in Cordoba. At that time, this is when the pale Arab and the Johnny-come-latelys started to come. But the original conquering came from Moors. The original conquering came from Moors. Moors that look like me and you. But then you had the pile-on that came with pale Arabs later. Stop believing the European story. The European has told you some crazy stuff. The European has told you, let me unmute you real quick. Try to unmute you. There you go.
Okay, am I unmuted?
You are believing the European account of history, brother, as opposed to on your own research.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Even what you put up corroborates what I said. It told you what you put up, the Visigoths. What you're reading when you said the Moors, hold on. When you were reading and you said the Moors did this and did that, you said also that they brought along their Islamic tradition.
Absolutely.
West Africa, slow down. West Africa didn't, in sub-Saharan Africa didn't have no West African tradition prior to 700. Let's stop playing that. No. What you showed me corroborated what I said. It said the Visigoths and Vandals was there before the Arabs came in there and conquered. It was Roman provinces. Everyone should know this. This is basic history. Before Moors and the Arab dynasties came to Spain and the Morocco area, it was all Roman provinces, the Vandals and Visigoths. You guys are new booties to the area. Really. Okay? And then on top of that, you said they came bringing their Islamic culture. You're telling the people they were Arabs, just like I said. West Africa and Sub-Saharan, slow down. West Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa did not have no Arab culture, no Islamic culture coming up in there. Let's stop playing games. You cannot sit here and tell the people West Africans and Sub-Saharan Africans had Islamic culture prior to 700. That is just simply disingenuous.
Brother, let me ask you a question. Have you ever read the book by Dr. Wesley Muhammad about the original Arabs? Have you read
that book? Garbage book. He's a habitual liar.
Oh my goodness. This ain't gonna be
Wesley
good.
Muhammad is a habitual liar.
Brother, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. The original Arabs that came to sub-Saharan Africa look like you and I, brother.
Okay, so you're trying to say that those original Arabs was enslaving people who look like them. You're saying Africans was enslaving.
That wasn't a slave trade at that period, brother. Not in North Africa.
Let me tell you something.
Not in that period.
Check this out. Check this out.
Two different histories, brother. You're mixing two different histories.
I'm not mixing.
Ish, hold up. You and I talked enough. The people want to hear Ishmael Bey. Ishmael Bey, the floor is yours, brother.
It's real simple. He's spreading misinformation from a lack of study, and that's the problem. The only thing worse.
We also got the FBI in the building.
That's what's up. That's what's up. They can record this. My point is this. I often say the only thing worse than being wrong is being lied and he's being very loud, and he's being very, very wrong. Now, he must be trying to tell me that he is more studied than some of the greatest African scholars of this land. Like, here, back chat. Please pull up what I just posted there on the back chat. John G. Jackson is one of our greatest scholars. John G. Jackson is well respected in every academic arena for his African knowledge and information. But here, Chief X is saying that he's more well versed than Dr. Ben. He's more well versed than John G. Jackson.
I don't think this is going to turn into a good debate because, for one thing, he's not going to bring any evidence. For number two,
I'm not worried about that. I'm now, so he can bring his information and not.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
With it right now?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can hear you, but I'm speaking right now. I haven't interrupted. I haven't interrupted anybody. I have not interrupted anybody. So let me make my point.
Okay.
It states here on the book, the quote from John G. Jackson on 89, invasion into an. That's just what he just did. It says, one, in order to lessen the specter of Black Africans dominating this southern sector of Europe, despite the references in historical works and films to Moors as Arabs, John G. Jackson, An Introduction to African Civilization, one of the seminal books that any African should really be reading and understanding, he assures us in this regard, the conquest of Spain was an African conquest.
Yes, sir.
They were Mohammedans, Africans, not Arabs.
Come on.
Listen.
Hold on. I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you, brother. I did not.
Calm down.
I didn't interrupt anybody. So let me continue.
Jesus Christ. You act like you had okay. Go ahead. Continue. Relax.
I'm just. Yo, Chief X, I'm just admiring your chin, son. I ain't gonna stay.
Y'all relax.
Chief X, one second. Listen, we got that's definitely. I talked a lot. You talk.
Wait a minute. You can't interrupt Ismail Bey. Wait a minute. He's still going.
Let him finish. Let him finish all the way to this point, and then you can respond. I can respond. Let's keep it organized and let's keep it respectful and let the brother finish his point. But I must say, bro, he's knocking your brains out with this. Now I'm like, go ahead.
No. I just wanted to finish my Chief X. I just wanted to finish. It was just saying that despite the references in historical works in the films to Moors as Arabs, introduction to African civilization, should regard to in this regard was that
you're choppy, Ishmael. You're choppy. Your internet service or something.
That's all right. But I'll read it for you. It says,
let him know he's choppy. You're supposed to be a moderator. Let him know he's choppy.
Can you hear me, Ish? Well, anyway, Western historians.
Yes, can you please read that for me, brother? Thank you, brother.
Yeah, where do you want me to start at, brother? Western historians to what?
Yes, sir. You can go to the part that I was reading, which was let's see. Yeah, west to the 175. Yes, sir.
Okay. Western historians have converted this African invasion into an Arab one. I'll repeat. Western, Chief X, Western historians have converted this African invasion into an Arab one in order to lessen the specter of Black Africans dominating this southern sector of Europe. Despite the references in historical works and films to Moors as Arabs, John G. Jackson, An Introduction to African Civilization, assures us in this regard, the conquest of Spain was an African conquest.
I agree.
Let me finish. They were Mohammedan Africans, as I mentioned earlier, not Arabs, who laid low the Gothic kingdom of Spain. Although the Arabs of this time were much darker skinned than Arabs of today. The same thing that I just said. So you're wrong.
Hold on. Hold on, brother.
No,
so I want to thank you for that.
You want me to explain what you just read? Well, Ismail, you just talked before him. Let me just.
Yeah.
It's ain't
Let
finished.
me make my point. Yeah, let me.
How you just? He ain't finished. What you doing talking then?
I was reading, brother.
Oh, okay. Go
No, yo, X, calm down.
go ahead.
Don't worry about it. I ain't heated up yet. So the point I'm making is this: we got the facts that back up our position, and John G. Jackson is one of the experts or knowledgeable on this topic than you are, brother. You would agree with an elder that is in very high. So by him being very
can't hear.
Okay, all right. Well,
Let him know he's choppy.
I think the point has been made.
Okay, so can I go now?
Sure, brother. Come on, brother.
Okay. Yeah, we couldn't hear what
Please
you're
do.
saying. The host is not gonna tell you because
What he was saying is, and I'm gonna try.
I got it. Let me go. We got the gist of. I got the gist of what you. I got the gist of what you read. Can I just go now? Relax.
Hold on. But what he's trying to
Relax.
say.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Relax.
Bro, what he's trying to say is John G. Jackson is one of the most respected researchers in our community.
I get it.
The point is that if you can say something to refute it, bring it to the table. But if you're just going to play lip service, then it's really not really credible. But now the floor is yours.
Okay. This is where we go wrong. Okay. When we appeal to authority, we call it. You're appealing to authority. And sometimes, and a lot of times, authority got it dead wrong. Okay? John G. Jackson was dead wrong. Our master teacher, John G. Jackson, was dead wrong on that point. First of all, you guys are confusing terms and playing mind games with the audience, okay?
Bro, you keep saying everybody is wrong. Show us something, bro.
Oh, my God. Let me just, I'm going to be real quick, okay? You're confusing terms and putting words in my mouth that I didn't say, okay? If there are Islamic people like Morocco. Morocco is Africa. There are African people. I never said Moroccans weren't African. They're just, that's why I'm using terms like West African and Sub-Saharan African. North Africa is still Africans. I get that. So you really didn't say nothing. I never disagreed with that. Okay? So what I'm talking about is the fallacy and you appealing to authority, like because John G. Jackson said something back in the day that he was right, he was wrong. A lot of our master teachers were doing a cultural appropriation. They were claiming the Moors, Ivan Van Sertima, Runoko Rashidi. They were all wrong. I'm sorry. Okay? You just keep continuously backing my point. I said Arabs invaded the Iberian Peninsula in Spain, not West Africans or Sub-Saharan Africans. Now, we can play the word game. Let's throw away Arabs. Let's use the word you used since you want to play the word game. You said Mohammedans. Okay, yeah. Mohammedans conquered Spain, if that's what the words you want to use. Islam, Mohammedans, Arabs conquered Spain. Everything you read backs everything I'm saying. West Africans and Sub-Saharan Africans didn't speak Arabic.
Brother.
Islam jumped off in late. No. Let me finish, please. I'm gonna be real quick, y'all. Islam jumped off in the late 600s. That's when the Quran was given to Prophet Muhammad. There was no Quran prior to 600. It says, in order to be a Muslim, you must embrace the Quran. No Quran, no Islam. No Quran, no Muslim. Islam invaded Africa. West Africans and Sub-Saharan Africans were not Mohammedans. There was no Muhammad prior to 600. You know that.
My point now.
Hold up, Ish.
Now, let me finish.
Hold up, Ish. Let me
Islam came into Africa and enslaved Africans.
brother,
Hold on, I'm hitting hard, and y'all know it. Don't get out. Let me finish. I'll let you guys go. I sat back and I put my hands up. You finish.
You keep repeating yourself, brother. You said the Quran was revealed in the 600s.
Late 600s.
The late 600s.
Prophet Muhammad.
Without the Quran, there is no Muslim, right? So when Islam spread throughout Africa, you mean that the indigenous people cannot adopt it and become quote unquote Mohammedans and still
correct.
Be of Africa?
Correct. It was forced on them. It was forced. Come on now. Everyone with any kind of sane sense and integrity and honesty in them will let you know that Islam was forced on Africa. Just like Christianity.
I need to
hold up, brother. I'm gonna let you go, Ish. I'm gonna let you go. Brother. Moors, the Maori people adopted Islam because it agreed with the indigenous spiritual system as they were used to. It's not the Islam that you see today. It agreed with the indigenous spiritual system, so it was easy to embrace, but these were still Moor and Maori people. These was not Arabs. Our Arab brothers with the same complexion, looked like us, spreaded it to us, but it was agreeable to the indigenous culture. That's why it was easily accepted by us. But today, Islam do not look like Islam during that time of Prophet Muhammad. But with that, let Ishmael take the floor.
Sure. Well, we need to bring it back because he tried to pull the shell game and the misinformation, which is what they do this a lot. So we need to bring that back, bring that beat back. Okay, going back to the link that was presented, it states that they were Mohammedan Africans, not Arabs. So he just used the term. It said that they were Mohammedans. No, it said they were Mohammedan Africans, not Arabs, who laid low in the Gothic kingdom of Spain.
That's right.
So he's very specific that they were Mohammedan Africans. They weren't just Mohammedans, as he tried to just slip by with that. So I just wanted to make sure. He said that he agreed with the link that was presented, and then he tried to say that John G. Jackson was wrong. Well, which one is it? Do you agree with the link that shows John G. Jackson's quote, or are you denouncing him when you just said that he was wrong? Because you just said two things. You're not clear on anything. You're not presenting anything. All you have is your word and emotions. And when we present the facts, all that you can say is the maps are wrong. The information is wrong. The African scholar is wrong. And then you start preaching some more, still not presenting a damn thing. Those days are over. You might be able to pull that small time stuff on somebody else, but on Moorish World TV, you got to come with the facts. This ain't no holler shit. This is scholarship. So you got to present your position and make sure that you're clear on your position, because you made a lot of error statements. You said the blackamoor weren't even people. You said the term blackamoor only meant furniture, and that it never described people at all. Rookie mistake, elementary mistakes, and I'm going to punish you tomorrow when you enter that arena.
Hey, look, Ish, I want to share something with the people where some people say they looked up Maori people in the chat. Well, family, just Google original Maori people. Google something that's consistent with trying to do some research, because surely this is a Maori person of modern times, not the watered down one. And you tell me that don't look like cousin Jack or cousin Boo Boo. These are the original Maori people. Matter of fact, let's go to the page, see what it say, because we can freestyle this. Mauritania, father and daughter. How can somebody say the original Maori people are European? That's insane to say. We are allowing Europeans to dominate our culture right before our face. Right before our face. But let me unmute my brother Chief X and see what he has to say, because he's getting a beating tonight. Goodness gracious. Chief X, You gonna grow your dreads back tonight, brother. No, I'm playing.
Okay, you know what? Let me say this. Are you guys listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm supposed to be the guest on this show. Okay, you've muted me about 5 times, but you've never muted Ishmael Bey. Let's have some fairness around here.
Okay, come on, brother. I got
Hold on. Let's stop putting words in my mouth. Okay, everything I just spoke on Islam being given to Prophet Muhammad in the Quran in late 600 is true. Okay, I didn't state one lie. I stated all facts that can be verified. Ishmael Bey, before we started this discussion, we said we're gonna have a debate tomorrow. Tonight we're just having a lightweight discussion, so I'm not supposed to be screenshotting and sharing shit and going on. We're just having a lightweight discussion. We said that. So don't convict me of not showing anything. We're just having a discussion. Let's be honest with each other, okay? Now, once I spit all that truth about the beginning of Islam, how it entered Africa, how it was forced on Africans, you guys freaked out. And you jumped to, oh, they favor each other. Oh, the Arabs favored Africans. We looked just alike. And that you had to jump to that game. Don't do that. That's disingenuous. I'm sticking with the information and facts. If you want to play a phenotype game, it's irrelevant and we can be here all day. Arabs didn't look like Africans. Arabs had straight or loose curly hair. West Africans, all of them, have kinky hair. In Africa, you only get to straight loose hair when you go to East Africa or North Africa, where Arab, Berber, and the Amazigh people live. Okay? Let's stop playing. At Islam and Mohammedanism invaded Africa. It wasn't there already. So if you're trying to say it was Mohammedan Africans, Muhammad didn't give the Quran to Prophet Muhammad until late 670, about 670 around there. I'll be off. Africa, all of Africa was Islam free until them invaders came in there. That's the real history. Y'all are playing a mind game up in here, okay? Spain and Morocco is next door to each other. They're neighbors. Arab dynasties conquered Spain. You can say Mohammedan. I don't care. But Prophet Muhammad wasn't in West and South in sub-Saharan Africa prior to 600s. So stop calling my ancestors and our ancestors Mohammedan Africans. They weren't that. Let's be honest. I don't care what y'all do. And I asked one question and still not one name. Because you jumped all over the place and ran. I said, name one. And when I said Black African nappy, I was being descriptive so you wouldn't confuse me with North Africans. I know those Mohammedans and North Africans in Mauritania, Algeria. That's Africa, and they're technically Africans because they're in a country in Africa. I get that. So that's why I distinguish and say West Africans or Sub-Saharan Africans, because North Africans aren't West Africans and Sub-Saharan Africans. They're North Africans. People in Egypt are Northeast Africans. So I'm specific with my terms and I'm specific with my chronology so we won't play no games. You still haven't named one Black African nappy-headed leader of Spain from the history of mankind up until today. There has never been one. If a nappy-headed people like us conquered Spain, name one Black nappy-headed leader of Spain and don't run. Go.
You finished?
Yep.
Bro, first of all, you or I don't have any of the oil paintings of any of the original rulers of Spain. That's one. Now, we can name names. We can deal with Brother Tariq. But then you're going to say, you know what you're going to say about that? Oh, he was an Arab. He was an Arab. But you're not going to suspect that he was an Arab like this brother that I'm going to show. You're going to suspect that he's an Arab like a pale Arab we see today. So you know we can't really fight that battle. I mean, this is an Arab brother right here. They call him an Afro-Arab. It's an Arab brother right here. But we can't really fight that battle. Guess why? Guess why?
I know you can't. I know.
Somebody else wrote the history. But we do know that somebody else painted the history. But we do know that the written history accounts for the indigenous people of North Africa. And we know that the indigenous people of North Africa, and let me be clear, all of them didn't have kinky hair of North Africa.
I said West African.
The further you get away from the equator, the less kinky the hair becomes.
That's what I said.
Right?
I said that.
That's why you can get dark olive people of India that don't have kinky hair, but their complexion is darker than mine and darker than yours. So we can't play the game because they don't have kinky hair that they're not African. Are you kidding me? You can go into China. You can go into certain the Samoans. You can find from the darkest to the lightest, but that don't make them European. And nor are we going to give the European Arab credit for our conquest and our greatness, as you're trying to do. But Ish, you want to take the floor?
For sure, brother. I mean, let's deal with Esteban the Moor. Let's do with Esteban the Moor, and let's see what he looks like. Let's see what the phenotype is and how he's acknowledged in the history. It's very simple. So on the back chat, I just posted up Esteban Park, which is a park that's in Texas. Esteban the Moor is also the founder of Arizona, and he's an African Moor. And let's look and see from his website, from the Esteban Park. We'll look at paragraph number 2. It says the Esteban Park is named after Esteban the Moor in 1528. The Spaniards Alvar Núñez de Beza, de Vaca, Andres Dorantes, and a few other surviving conquistadors and the Moroccan slave Esteban the Moor washed ashore on Galveston Island on the coastal prairie wilderness of abundance and the life that stretched along the entire Texas coast for millions of acres. If you follow the path of Esteban, they went to Texas. Again, he founded New Mexico. And they even traveled to Florida. But if you go down further on the page and you look on the first right picture, it gives you exactly what it looks like. He has the nappy hair that Chief X said they don't even look like. He was born in Morocco in 1528. He was one of the earliest explorers here in America, and he lived among indigenous tribes. In fact, he even died among indigenous tribes, being respected for his medicine and his knowledge. So, again, they're pushing a false narrative in order to perpetuate ignorance. But when we come with the facts, I didn't interrupt you, brother. In fact, I muted myself like I muted myself the entire
time. I wasn't interrupting. I just asked you to hear me.
Why do you always feel the need to have to interrupt me every time that I start to flow? You've done it every single time I start to make a point, and I make sure I mute my phone, never to interrupt you when you're making your point. So ease up. The point that I'm making is this. He had nappy hair. He was an African. He was born in Morocco. He was a founder of New Mexico, and it's very well documented history. But yet, they're pushing that false narrative for a particular reason. But when we come with the facts, all they have is the emotion and the rhetoric.
Indeed. So, Brother Chief X, so tomorrow, are you going to bring, let me unmute the brother. I'm getting a bit of, hold on, let me unmute you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Okay, wait a minute. But wait a minute. He just shot some stuff and talked to me. You gotta let me respond. You can't just keep go. I'm trying to say something. It was real brief. Wait. Hold on. I wasn't interrupted. First of all, I wasn't interrupted.
I'm gonna let you go, family. We have 226 people watching right now. Can we get at least some thumbs up?
Yes. Give me 15 seconds. Give me 15 seconds. First of all, let's not play the mind game. I was not interrupting Ishmael. He was speaking and I sat back like this. I just wanted to interject so I can get clarity on something he said. Is that okay to do?
Yes, sir, brother.
Jesus Christ. So he's hold on.
Now,
No.
Jesus can't help you now, Flash.
Okay, but wait a minute. Let me just listen, because people can't stay calm and relax. People get emotional when you debunk this shit. Relax. I was just going to ask Ismail, can he repeat something he said, because I didn't hear it clear. And obviously that's a sin when people are emotional. I never interrupted Ismail. I just wanted to interject because he put a date up there. I wanted to make sure, because he rolled it up. I wanted, can you roll that back up? That's all I was going to say. Because it said that black Moor nappy-headed man, that nappy-headed picture he showed of that Moor was in 1528.
Okay.
After the 1400s.
Absolutely.
There was Africans left in those lands and slaves of the Moroccans. So that's who he showed. He showed a leftover slave with nappy hair in the year 1500. Let's keep it real.
And brother, Chief X, tomorrow, what will you provide for the people? What will you provide? Will you come with empirical evidence as to your claims?
That's all I do. Everything I spoke on, I've already proved this already. I've been talking about this for 2 years.
No,
it's nothing new.
I've never seen you prove anything, but I'm saying tomorrow you're going to show documentation of your claims that the original people that conquered Spain were European Arabs, basically.
I didn't say that either. So you guys are putting words in my mouth.
I'm asking. I'm only asking.
What is it? What is a European Arab? I never said that term.
A pale Arab.
I didn't even say that term.
So what are you?
I know how to.
You're saying okay. Let me rephrase it. So you're saying that North African Moors did not conquer Spain. The Moors are Arabs, or explain to us what you're saying.
I'm saying Moors conquered Spain. Okay.
Okay.
Moors are Arabs and Berbers.
Oh,
I don't care.
Hold
on, let me just be clear. I don't care where you look up. Anywhere in a dictionary, encyclopedia, anywhere, Wikipedia, anywhere you look up, it'll tell you what a Muslim is, what a Moor is. The definition of a Moor, it's not my definition, I'm not making this up, is any Muslim in Northwest Africa during a certain period of time. Those were Arabs and Berbers who conquered the Iberian Peninsula. That's a fact. That's not nothing X is making up. West Africans and sub-Saharan Africans did not conquer Spain or the Iberian Peninsula. And yes, I have facts, documentation on all that. I have facts, documentations on when Islam entered into Africa. I have facts and documentations on when Muhammad got the Quran and when the Archangel Gabriel spoke it to him. I have all that. Everything I spoke today, I can prove and have facts about.
Okay. All right. So let me share this real quick. I'm gonna just use a wiki real quick. Look at this.
And I'm gonna have a question after that.
Yeah. Let me just use a wiki real quick, brother. If Wikipedia, right? Let me get Wikipedia up real quick. 1 second. Let me get Wikipedia.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me over real quick? Let me just say something in the chat.
I'm gonna just do a wiki real quick, brother.
I know, cool. Go ahead. But I want to say something about the chat.
Hold up 1 second. Hold up one second. Let me.
Just 15 seconds. Let me just say something about the chat. The chat is going.
Listen.
Can I just say something about the chat real quick? It's only 15 seconds.
Go ahead.
We got all night. The chat is going crazy.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just say something real quick. Ah, Jesus, relax. We got all night. The chat is going crazy. I see everybody, all these cats in the chat who's getting their belief debunked and getting this information I'm teaching, calling me gay, his sexuality.
Pay attention to that. Come on, let me just kill the vibe, brother.
No, let me just say this and clear it up. I could be done by now. I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm just about to say something. You can go ahead, relax. Everyone in this chat's calling. If they was calling you these names, you want to clear yourself too. Relax. Everybody here talking about he's suspect. He's gay and this and this. I've been hearing that shit for a long time, my voice. Let me tell you something. My Facebook page is open to the public. Every girlfriend I had, all my children, my ex-wife, every friend I had in high school, everybody. My Facebook page is open to the public. If I was gay, somebody would have busted me out. I'm not homosexual. I know my voice has a little tone, like, you know, what that could be in. I'm not gay. Relax. Once y'all grow up and get mature.
So listen, I don't want to kill the vibe. It says, and this is from Wiki, from Moors. The term Moors refers primarily to the inhabitants of Maghreb. Do you know where Maghreb is? There's the map right there where Maghreb is. The Muslim inhabitants of Maghreb. The Muslim inhabitants. That don't mean they came from somewhere. That's indicative of adopting the Islamic faith and being already there. Now listen to this. Listen to this.
Being already there?
Listen. Yeah. Listen. It says the Iberian Peninsula, Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica, Malta during the Middle Ages. The Moors initially were, and I don't trust Wiki, but I just pulled it up real fast.
Wiki fine.
Were indigenous. You see that? Maghrebian Berbers. But indigenous mean that they were there. So Moors and Arabs are two different things, brother. Moors and Arabs are two different things. You tried to put them all in the same pot. You saying that Moors are Arabs. That's not true. That's not true. Moors and Arabs are two different things. The pale Arab that you see posted up as the poster child, as the conqueror, are the Johnny-come-latelys. And you're going to have to show and prove tomorrow, brother. Are you able to show and prove?
Can I make my point right
Oh,
now?
I'm sorry, Ish. My bad, Ish. Up to you. Your floor is yours, Ish. Let Ish go.
It was the perfect segue because tomorrow he is going to have to present that information. And again, you can go to any credible dictionary, encyclopedia, and they will prove that Moors predate Islam. Moors are a BC people, whereas Islam is an AD religion. Moors were around long before the invention of Islam ever came as a religion. So if Moors predate Islam, how is he trying to say that it's a prerequisite to be a Moor? Just foolish elementary.
Let me tell you why. Just let me tell you at one point.
They're coming with that typical outdated rhetoric that has already been proven wrong. Moors predate the religion of Islam. Mauritania was established by Greeks. This was before Islam. But that's all right. I'm gonna shut it all down tomorrow. But it's just
that's fine. We're not here arguing the etymology of words and terms. Actually, Moors in English.
We're talking about the chronology of Moors.
Yeah, right. But actually, Moor is an English word. It wasn't always.
And listen. Let me jump in real quick and let me make a big correction, which I can stand on. Greek is not. Mauritania is actually not Greek. Greek adopted it when they came in and the place was already Mauritania. Let me show you something real quick. They adopted.
Hold on, brother. I need to get this quote online. Did he just say that Moors was an English word?
Yeah.
I said the word Moor is an English word.
I'm sorry. What was that, brother?
I said the word Moor is an English word.
Okay, you said the word Moor is an English word. I'm gonna hold you to that tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, what I want to do is not that one. I want to show that when what's that Greek historian came over there? The Greek historian that came to North Africa, he states that these people were originally the Maori people. He says it out of his mouth in his writings. Let me see what's the guy name real quick. I can't think of his name to save me.
That's all right. That's all right. But why you get that information, brother? I want to ask Chief X: is he knowledgeable enough to realize that English is a variation of Latin, and they did speak Latin in Spain, and somebody ruled Spain for over 700 years. Oh, we're gonna do that tomorrow. All right, go ahead, continue, brother.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Strabo, here we go. And I'm just using Wiki real quick to throw it up real quick. But tomorrow I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna let Ish handle his biz. So I'm gonna just use Wiki real quick just to make my point that Mauritania existed as a tribal kingdom of Berber, which were the Beri people, Moori people. Yisgini Praspali, I might ruin that word, records Phoenician naming of an era which later became known as Mauritania. You see, this was coming out the Moori people. Now let me show you that it existed. It pre-existed.
We're not Moori people. We're not Moori people.
Let me finish.
In your article is back to what I said Berber earlier. Your article right here saying Mauritania exists as the tribal king of the Berber Moori people. I was just trying to use Berber, and you was acting like I was crazy.
No.
I'm just using Berber for universal understanding.
I get you, brother. I'm with you.
People understand the word Berber.
Listen to me. I get you. It says the Phoenicians who explored North Africa coast from 900 BC called the country extreme western edge of the known world Morium, meaning western land. In early 1st century, Strabo recorded Moori as the native name. So when the Greek or the Roman Empire conquered the area, it maintained the name of Mauritania.
When the Greek and who conquered it?
When the Roman Empire.
So the Greek and them conquered who?
No, Strabo is Greek, okay? When he came there, it was recorded that these people were calling themselves Maori. When it became a part of the Roman Empire, they adopted the name like Europeans do. Just like Tallahassee.
It became part of the Roman Empire? You just said it became part of the Roman Empire? That's true. It's just what I told you. You're backing everything I said. I said before the Moors came there, they were Roman provinces. And you're backing what I said.
No. The Moors was.
I don't even need a slide presentation. You giving them my presentation.
No, the Moors was already there, was what I'm saying.
That's fine, but the Moors were not black sub-Saharan West Africans. I get that they were there, but we can play word Maori, Moor. I'm not here to play an etymology game.
Brother, listen to what I just said. I said when Strabo came in the 1st century, the native name of the people was Maori.
Fine, cool.
Okay. And now Moor is a derivative of the term Maori.
Fine, cool.
All right. And so the Moor people was there before the conquering of the Roman Empire.
I get that and agree.
And so the Roman Empire adopted the name or kept the name, no different when these Europeans came over here and they kept Miami, they kept Tallahassee, they kept Atlanta, they kept Mississippi, they kept the names.
The Berber nomadic people have been there for tens and 20,000 of years.
Those are the Moori people, brother.
But those are not West and Sub-Saharan Africans, is my point. I don't care what you name them.
Brother.
Okay. Moori people were not West Africans or Sub-Saharan Africans.
Where did they come from?
You cannot make them that.
Where did they come from?
They've been in that area for 20, 30,000 years. They're nomadic people who came down from the north and filtered down to Spain. That's why they're more paler. Their DNA base is 45% Eurasian.
Hey,
they have about 15% Sub-Saharan DNA, and they have about, I'm just giving you estimates, the Berber people are 45% Eurasian. They are. Brother, you can look that up on any genetic.
Brother, do you realize that the Roman Empire extended all the way from Turkey and all throughout North Africa, and that's where you get the yellow, light-skinned, Berber-looking people today?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
I get all that.
Oh, come on, brother.
My point is you're missing my point. You're missing my point. My point is the Maori people were not West African or Sub-Saharan African.
I just showed you.
They were North African people.
Brother, I just showed you that.
And you said that yourself.
Brother, listen to me. I'm speaking of North Africa and the conquerors of Spain. They were Moors, which Moor is a derivative of Maori.
Cool. I keep saying I agree.
Okay.
Those weren't your people, is what I'm pointing.
And Ishmael says that Moor is not an English word.
Fine. I'm not here to have an etymology linguist competition.
Brother, you agreeing with us, brother. You
no, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is you're titling, you can say they're Maori or whatever the name. I'm saying those people were Berber still, and they weren't West or Sub-Saharan African. What don't you get about that?
Brother, the Maori, I don't know what you mean by that, because I'm not even.
Maori people are not were not West African people. West African people had tribal names.
Brother, I'm gonna show you some of the tribes of Northwest Africa. They Northwest African people, brother. Northwest.
The Akan, Ghanaians, the Fulani, they did not call themselves Maori people. Stop lying on them.
No. I never said that. I said.
Okay, so what I'm saying is these tribes I'm talking about in West Africa, they did not call themselves Maori people. They had their own tribal name.
Brother, I never argue that. My thing is that Mauritania expanded from Northwest Africa all the way down the western coast of Africa. And within there was multiple tribes with multiple languages and multiple cultures. That's what an empire is. You know, Ish, are you there?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. He done jumped on the phone now. You know what I mean? Acting like he important or somebody.
No, my point is that he has a total blind spot, not even knowing or realizing the Black African nappy-headed tribes of Moors that are indigenous to Morocco, that are still there, that have never left, and they're still there today. And some of those Moors were bought into slavery, brought into the Americas, and actually were very influential on American culture in the South. And we're going to go over all of that tomorrow. But he has a total blind spot and almost I won't call it willful ignorance. He's uninformed about Moorish history. And he's never faced someone who's going to be able to break it down and give it to him so clear that he's not going to have any dispute about it.
Yeah, well, I think Chief X is trying to pump up his YouTube channel, but he's going to deflate YouTube channel messing with us.
Am I muted?
No, you're not muted, brother.
Okay. So every question I've asked today, you guys can't answer. You haven't named one Sub-Saharan West African person who ruled Spain. But look at here, check this out.
I just told you, brother.
Let me hold on.
That is not what you call whitewash.
Hold on, let me just say one thing. You guys been going. Can I just say something? Relax.
Let me make a point.
Hold on. Let me say something. Relax.
I answer his question.
I said from
the challenge out.
Okay, we're talking over people.
Let him go, Ish. Let him go, Ish.
Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say now. But yeah, we'll show and prove tomorrow. Everything I said today, I can prove. I didn't get no work today. I gave y'all the work. You guys are in your feelings. I mean, relax. We're just having a conversation and going back and forth.
All right, so brother, the thing is that what you need to do is, I think you need to research a little bit more. I'm gonna give you a little bit of ammunition, but let me let Ish go real quick. Go ahead, Ish.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to a fruitful dialogue / debate tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be able to give us the format, if everybody will follow the format. It's going to be very, very informative for all of us. For me, for your listening audience who deserve it. I think you have a very broad and a very knowledgeable support group who come to listen to the show. And I'm very honored to be a part and for you to actually open up your doors and allow me to be a part of your research team. So I humbly, always come to make sure that I give you information because I respect your platform and I respect your leadership as my brother. Also respect Chief X. He knows that I love him and I respect him as a scholar and as a man, for him to be able to teach the truth and to confront so much falsehood. And I think that's something that we should all support in doing that amongst one another. Wherever we see falsehood, wherever we see people being exploited, we have an obligation in order to step up and to be able to make sure that the people don't be abused, either from misinformation or from their money or their hard-earned funds. We should make sure that we are responsible in the information that we give to the people. So whenever you invite us on your show, Brother Taharka, it's never going to be a situation where it's disrespect or cursing or making sure that your people are not getting information that they can drink from freely. Dialogue is a very positive thing. It should never be personal. It should never go off the tracks and end up being something that's evil. It should just be people challenging one another's information. And you run a very tight ship that I'm happy to be a part of. So I thank you and also thank Chief X, and I'm looking forward to the battle tomorrow.
Hey, brother Ish, and Ish, I need Chief X to be neutralized. I need him to be neutralized. I cannot have him running around here talking crazy on Facebook without the proper knowledge. I need him to be neutralized. And when he comes to us, he's going to come like Sinetta do now. That I'm not going to say nothing about the Moors, and that's what it's going to be. So after tomorrow, brother, you're going to have to come and say, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else about the Moors out of order. Stick to your Pan-African. But hold up. And another thing, Chief X, you're going to have to see one thing that we do here. You cannot interrogate us. So again, don't forget that you think that you are African of multiple countries of one continent.
No, I don't.
That's what you think.
No, I don't.
So let's get to that. What is your origin besides?
That's what we was talking about the first time.
That's accurate. And you made an ambiguous statement of African American. So what is your designation of identity, if you will?
I'm an African American with West African heritage by bloodline. And that's what you guys are also.
Yeah, you're Moorish American. You're Moorish American.
Okay.
And we're gonna
for me to be Moorish American, I need to know where Moorish the empire is.
Listen. Look. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have some stuff I'll chime into once it's all over said and done. So we're gonna have a time frame, and I'm gonna send you. Me and Ish have what is that? A framework of how this goes. I'm gonna send it to you in your messenger, and I'll refresh Ish with it. And after the time frame, and then I will show you that this is a new era of time now. And so,
I need y'all to teach me something before tomorrow, though. Can y'all teach me something real quick?
What I'm saying is, in this era of time, we have the privilege, as well as the data, to self-identify ourselves with our ancestors. We can do.
Okay, that. Quick question. How can I, like I'm on with you guys right now. So for tomorrow, I've never been on a YouTube live stream where I'm able to share my screen. Right. On Facebook, I can do a Facebook Live and know how to share my screen. So as I look at this, my monitor right now, how would I be able to share my screen when I'm...
First of all, I'm going to need a donation for the Moorish village for me to give you information to help you fight this battle, okay? I'm going to need a donation. No, I'm just playing. So look, on the left-hand side of your screen, you see a green arrow, right?
On my YouTube screen?
On your YouTube screen, your Google YouTube Hangout screen, you see a green arrow, right? Touch your mouse over top of it, the left-hand side.
A green arrow.
Right. On the side panel, you'll see a comment bubble.
Okay, I see it. Good looking now.
Touch on that and press it. Once you press it, it's going to open up the window. And you Don't press the entire screen window. Press the application window. And in the application window, whatever you have on your screen, you can touch, and that's your screen share. Now, don't you share it now to show all that porn and stuff. No, don't do all that. This is a family show. So yeah, you screen sharing right now. All right. Yeah. So don't be touching it down and show all them European women up here.
Right? Yeah, I did learn something from y'all today. I learned how to screen share.
Don't sneak and show all them European women with them implants on my show. You hear me?
Now look here. Let me ask you guys an honest question though. Hey, right. Ishmael and why am I getting your name mixed up?
That's right. Don't remember my name. I don't want you to remember my name.
It's Ishmael and Brother Moorish World. I appreciate this time and everything I said tonight. I don't know why you guys want to commit this kind of suicide.
All right, brother. So you got to stop your screen share now. Stop your screen share. Look at the bottom of your screen and you see stop screen share. The blue, so you can stop it. There you go. All right, now you gotta go back to your.
Now I don't know why you guys want this child abuse tomorrow. I just don't know why, because you know I can prove everything I just said today.
Hey,
why would you want to do that to yourself,
brother? I think you are delusional, brother. I really like you, but I think you are delusional. I think what happened was you were in these groups and they were pseudo Moorish groups and most likely a pseudo Nation of Islam group. I don't think they were the original Nation of Islam, nor do I think it was the original Moorish group. And some kind of way you have lost your way. We're going to try to bring you back. Now, I know at a certain age that it's hard to bring some people back. You got to stop your screen share. It's hard to bring some people back. However, brother, we're going to try to bring you back, you know, and stop. One thing I'm going to encourage you to do, brother, stop letting European history be your measuring stick. That's where you go wrong. You have to go beyond European history in order to have something to really stand on. Because let me tell you something, whether it's Sinetta TV, whether it's a Hebrew across the line radio, whether it's another Moorish, even the Canaan Moors, if it's Moorish World TV, no matter where you go at, bro, most people are going to dig deep beyond European Google European history. So, bro, you better dig deep tomorrow.
Oh, so what did you just, everything you guys screenshotted and showed me, what kind of history is that?
No, I just showed you some maps. I just showed you.
Okay, so what is it? I don't understand it. Let me just be clear. Are you saying like, why are you using white science and why are you using what are you saying? European history? What are you saying? I thought history was just history. I didn't know history had a color.
No. What I'm saying is, all right, let me say it like this. You can't use European psychology and white supremacist recordation of history. That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand that.
Some of the history is recorded with an agenda.
Okay, so basically, so what you're saying is you're going to use white man science. You're going to use white man sources. That's what you're saying?
No, you can use whoever you want. But what I'm saying is be sure that it's not an agenda-based research, because you're
like when I started the show, I told you guys I'm a sincere truth seeker. I don't want no bias. Actually, if I'm wrong, I would love to know. I would love to find out. I change with truth. Just to be clear, I don't give my opinion, and these are not things I'm thinking. I'm not that kind of guy.
Right.
I want to know what the truth is. I want to know the facts and the evidence. So if I share something, that's what it will be.
Chief X, this is how I'm going to tell you how crazy we are. It's a brother in the chat named Lamont Hart. He said, Bay ain't from us. You know why he say that? Because the European and the Pale Turk adopted our surnames, and they used them as titles, and they've been running with them for hundreds of years. But little do we know that the term Bey is from North Africa in the Libya region. But because this Turk took our fez and made it a national headdress for the pale Turks of the Ottoman Turkish Empire, they took our Bey as governor and used that. Now people
say that again. What did you say? They were they wearing the fez in Morocco?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I just want to know that for tomorrow.
But what happened was the pale Turk, they adopted the national headdress for their country.
Well, can I drop a bomb on you right now?
Come on with it.
Okay. Let me just tell you something. And after I tell you this, everybody in the chat can look it up themselves.
Okay, let's
don't believe Chief X.
Look it up.
Okay. In North Africa, they wore turbans, not fez. Hold on. The fez come from the Ascari in Central Africa. So when Sarah Soutenseti was doing all them videos and stuff and showing Mussolini and them fighting wars in Italy and Ethiopia and all them people wearing fez, is Italy, is Ethiopia, and all in the Congo, is that North Africa or is that Central Africa? The fez, hold on, listen to what I'm saying. When Sarah Soutenseti made the videos about the Moors, and he was showing them the fezes, he was mistaken. He was showing everybody the Ascari, not the Moors. Okay. All them people fighting wars in Ethiopia with Mussolini and all, and then people, those were the Ascari. And the hold on, let me finish this. The Ascari are police for European colonization organizations, and they're in Central Africa. So in North, hold on, let me just finish this spiel. So in North Africa, who you calling Moors, they wore turbans. Fez were worn by Ascari. Everybody in the chat, when they get off this phone, Google Ascari. You'll see the Ascari in Central and South Africa wore fez. Never in North Africa did they wear fez. What you guys are wearing, all them cone hats y'all wearing policeman hats. Those are the Ascari. Look up the definition of Ascari. It'll tell you what it'll tell you what Ascari is. Ascari is the police. You see it because you're looking it up now. Ascari is the police. The Ascari. Hold on.
You're repeating yourself.
No, I'm about to be done, but you keep interrupting me before I finish. That's why I could have been done. I'm just letting it be clear and making clarity. The fez is worn by the Ascari, the police. So when Moors, hold on. So when Moors in America,
listen, I'm gonna mute you because you're repeating yourself too much. Family, let me explain something to you. Fez comes out of Fez, Morocco. You keep talking about the Ascari. The fez comes out of Fez, Morocco. The dye that the fez is colored with comes out of Fez, Morocco. Let me screen share for you. Now, many people have adopted our culture, manipulated our culture. Fez comes out of Fez, Morocco. That's where the term comes from. That's where the red dye comes from. The red dye comes from Fez, Morocco. Now, what happened was is that when the European, the Napoleon, and all of these Europeans went to conquer people in Africa, they adopted the fez as headdress. They adopted the fez as headdress. They circumvented our culture. Haven't you seen the video where Ishmael Bey talk about the fez in America? Are you there, Ish?
Yes, sir. I'm right here, brother.
What part are you missing? That the European circumvented our culture. And everywhere that they dominated, they used the fez. Even in America, those who fought on the side of the North wore fez is. That comes out the dominant the representation and the dominance of the fez. People used it to represent themselves. What are you talking about? This brother is crazy.
Brother Taharka, I love the way that you're putting that, because that's the issue. We gave a full chronological order of the fez even being worn in America 5,000 years ago, even written in stone in America, in Peru, by the indigenous people wearing the fez, the red fez. Even the recreations have them as wearing the red fez. And then we gave the chronological order of how it got over there to Africa, and actually how the African people from Fez, Morocco, how it even got into shrinery. We gave all the dates. We gave the whole chronological order of how old the fez is. So he's talking to somebody, an audience that's already well informed. Anyone can pull up about the fez being from America on Moorish World TV that gives all of that information.
Indeed. I'm gonna mute him because he kept repeating himself like a preacher, but I'm gonna mute him again. but if you gotta say something, let it ride, brother. You know what I mean? Let me mute him, and then we're gonna wrap it up till tomorrow. Chief X, are you there, brother? I'm sorry I had to mute you, bro. But you
no. It's okay. I understand. You know, this is making me, because I explained this earlier. You still haven't muted Ishmael Bey, but you keep muting me.
Because if I tell Ishmael Bey,
wait a minute. Listen to what I said. I didn't say nothing that wasn't comprehensible. Listen to what I'm saying. And I asked the chat and you, Google Ascari.
Brother,
see what they're. Hold on, let me just say something. Listen, let me say something, because we can prove this right now.
I agree.
I'm not talking. Okay, no. What did the Ascari wear?
Brother, they wore the fez. The European.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's just break this down.
The fez from
brother, you gotta let. I'm trying to get a point across. You gotta let me get my point across. Stop being scared. The Ascari wore the fez, correct?
Facts.
Okay. Now, was the Ascari in Central Africa?
Facts.
Okay. Did I lie?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Now, did the North African Moors wear a fez?
Facts. Sure.
No, you said turban a minute ago. Now you're trying to flip.
No. They wore both, brother. I did not say.
Okay. Listen to what I'm saying. See, now you're jiving.
Brother,
now you're jiving. No. Stop. Let's be real. In North Africa, Morocco, Algeria, Spain, those Muslims did not wear a fez.
Okay.
You guys are wearing the Ascari's police uniform. I didn't tell one lie. Anybody can look that up.
You actually did, bro.
Okay, thank you.
You actually
y'all getting this work.
Hey, brother, listen. I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick. Just to give you a historical. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in your inbox so you will know that the fez is historically African, as known as the fez.
But that's not my point. It's not if it's African.
No,
you're playing mind games. That's a mind game. Because okay, but I just told you, Moroccan people are Africans. I get that. That's not my point.
It's not. But you making it a European military.
No, I'm not saying. I said something real plain and simple that you running and erratic about. I'm saying the fez that Moorish Americans wear is what Ascari wore in Central Africa. Okay. North Africans did not wear fezes.
Brother, you're wrong. You're wrong. What you're looking at is mass populations wearing a fez. The fez was set aside for the enlightened. This fez was set aside for the more spiritually developed, or which they will call in some African cultures the witch doctor, whatever the case may be. It wasn't commonly worn by everyday people.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's why you don't see in history.
No, I didn't say that. Let me repeat what I said so you can get clear and so the audience can hear what I said. I specifically said the Ascari wore the fez. The Ascari are the police. I didn't say the general public. I didn't say all the inhabitants of Central Africa wore fez. I said the Ascari, the police,
Not true.
the black policemen who fought for colonial power. Stop. It is true. You just admitted. You now wait. You just admitted I was telling the truth before. Because I asked you, I cornered you on this. I said, that the Ascari were the fez. You said yes.
Brother, you're right there.
Okay, so let me. No. It's no jumping around. The police, the Ascari, wore the fez in Central Africa. They wore a turban. They wore a turban in North Africa. You guys are wrong. What you guys have been wearing? Oh, stop. Would Elijah Muhammad? You know,
brother, where was the fez before it came to Central Africa? Is the question. Where is the fez? Where was the fez before it came to Central Africa? Is the question. It was in Morocco. It was in Morocco. Chief X is just repeating himself over and over, brother. When you ready to say a statement, you finished?
You asking me?
Are you finished, Chief X? Chief X, are you finished? He's still talking. Nobody can hear you, brother. Nobody can hear you, brother.
Well, I mean, they get so emotional, like, and then they just start.
You know what's funny to me? We might as well have a conversation till he's ready. What's funny to me is that people don't understand that before the fez landed in the Congo, before the fez landed in Turkey, and on the African, in the African diaspora, it came out of Morocco, as well as ancient Egypt. This brother is still talking, brother.
Yeah, and again, they ignore the whole nuance of how it functions.
Let's let him talk and see how people say how crazy he sound real quick.
Ishmael was still talking. Why you didn't mute him? Why you just mute me? See, I can't come on the show. I can't come on this show tomorrow with y'all, bro. I can't. No, I can't, bro. No, it's mind game. No, it's not. No, this is what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna come on a biased show where you want to cut out the real and keep letting Ishmael talk and keep muting me.
Brother,
you can't do that, bro. That is biased and unfair. And you can't. You won't even. No. When I'm cutting you guys won't even let me finish the damn sentence. I keep saying, just let me get 15 seconds off. You guys won't do it because I'm right. Let me state it one more time before we end. Let me take. I'm gonna take y'all off the hook. I'm gonna give y'all a reprieve so people won't get at y'all about this no more. Check this one out. Let me give you some new news. You guys, who everybody's calling, are the ones who helped enslave Africans. You know, when people say, "Hey, Moors are the one who helped enslave Africans," that wasn't y'all. You guys are off the hook. That was the Moors, but they were Arabs and Berbers that helped enslave Africans, not you niggas. It was the Arabs and Berbers, the Moors, not y'all. So you Moorish Americans are off the hook on that. But let's be clear. I'm not stating nothing wrong. The fez is a hat worn in Central Africa by the Ascari, not by Moors in North Africa. The Ascari are not even Moors. They weren't even Muslims. They were Christian and other different things. Okay, I didn't speak no falsehood. That's the truth. You can't find no more. You can't find no Moroccans running around sporting the fez. They wore turbans. You guys got it mixed up. Noble Drew Ali miseducated you, and he got y'all wearing a police hat.
Brother,
and nobody even knows this. This is groundbreaking.
Hey, brother, where was the fez before it entered the hands of Central Africa?
Okay, but I'm not gonna do a research on the origin of fez.
I'm asking you right now, brother, for you to make the statement.
What's your question? What's your question?
Where was the fez before it ended up on the heads of so-called black Africans slaughtering the people in the Congo? Where was the Fez before then? What's the origin of the Fez?
Let me be honest. I really don't know, but I think hold on. Calm down, bro. It's a no gotcha moment. Relax. The Fez, I don't know the origin or who put the goddamn cap on first. And I'm not into all that picky particulars and mind games. My understanding is came somewhere from the Turks, is all I know. But we're not here to debate. We're not here debating the origin of the Fez and who first put it on. I'm just stating what people wore the Fez in general. I'm stating that the North I'm just stating that North Africans in Morocco and Spain did not wear Fez. They wore turbans. You admitted that already. That case is closed. And don't have me prove it on tomorrow. I'll pull up all this shit because I proved it already.
Brother,
your whole crew gonna be sitting there looking crazy tomorrow if you fucking with me.
Watch your mouth. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna prove that you're wrong, brother. And once I prove that you're wrong, that the Fez has its origin known as the Fez.
I'm not debating its origin. I just told you that. I told you. Hold on. To be clear, I'm not going to debate that. You're not going to bring no false narrative debate to me.
Cut me off.
I don't know what the origin of the Fez is. I told you. I think it might be Turks. No, I'm just stating a simple thing.
Let me finish. The origin of the Fez, known as the Fez. All right. Under the name Fez, the origin of it is Morocco.
Okay, but don't get the city Fez. What you're talking about is the city Fez.
Can I finish?
City Fez and the hat Fez two different words.
I'm gonna have to mute you. The origin of the Fez is Morocco. From the city of Fez, because the berry that makes the bright red dye is indigenous of Fez, Morocco. Hence the term Fez. But this hat or this religious or this national headdress is ours from the indigenous people of Americas and all around the world. And just because European Masons wear it today and they do all sorts of ill, dirty things under the Fez doesn't make it theirs, nor does it make the people of Central Africa, dark olive people, murdering our people. It doesn't make it theirs. They were under coercion and oppression of the European conquerors and colonizer who put it on their head as the police and what you're talking about, brother. Come on, man.
And we'll make sure that we prove that point tomorrow. Trust me. He's a 24 hour, less than 24 hours. This is all gonna be handled. No problem.
That's right. So let me know, my brother. So I need to make sure I get some notes so I can get this Fez thing when y'all finish. Because tomorrow, okay, Chief X, real quick. So tomorrow,
well, can I make some points? Can I make some points?
Sir.
I haven't got a chance to speak on it, say anything. So I really, I want for your audience, to get prepared for tomorrow, and just so that we can kind of speed up the actual debate itself. Because Chief X had made the claim multiple times that Moor is an English word. So we're going to find out, and your audience has already been sharing information in the past about the origin of English, because when you go into English, you then have to go into Old English. And Old English, it began with the Anglo-Saxons. So when they migrated into the Britain regions and the England regions in the 5th century CE, that's when English came. So he's saying that Moor is an English word, but that's 5th century CE in Britain. So he's trying to say that Moor as a word didn't even exist until the Brits made it up.
I didn't say
that. It's elementary illogic that are being spread to the people that are going to get debunked and crushed so easily tomorrow. But that's for your listening audience to look up the history of Old English. Just look it up about how old is the English language, and then we'll be able to start from that premise tomorrow. Because I want to make sure the audience is well informed and not being loud.
And that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar that we can address. But let's get on what he said initially. So hold on to that, Ish. I'm a screen share of what he said initially, claiming that Moors or claiming ancestors were Moors is cultural appropriation and disrespectful. So he's saying that our ancestors aren't Moors. That's number one.
That is correct. That's what he said.
So you're gonna have to prove.
And he said blackamoors were not.
No, I got it. I got it pulled up on the screen.
Am I muted?
I got it pulled up on the screen, Ish.
Am I muted?
No, you all right. Hold up. Let me get the. Let me. I'm gonna let you talk, brother.
No, I don't need to talk. I just want to know was I muted. That's all.
No, you're not muted. So
okay.
First of all, one of the first things that you're gonna have to prove, Chief X, is that our ancestors aren't Moors. And it's going to be a time frame and everything. I'm not even going to be in it. I'll come after the back end discussion. And Ishmael Bey will have to prove that our ancestors or our people who call ourselves African American are descendants of Moors. We are.
I'll prove that I'm a descendant of Moors. I'll supply my own DNA and prove it. I'm gonna prove I'm alive from my own DNA.
No, but we don't want to make it personal because then he's gonna say, "Oh, that was Ishmael Bey and blase. I hope y'all stop texting me. But that was Ishmael Bey, and that wasn't. We're talking about the whole people. So generally speaking, or directly speaking, the argument is that Chief X said that we are not descendant of Moors. Primarily, let's say primarily, because we can't say definitively on everything, but let's say primarily, and you're going to prove that we are descendants of Moors primarily. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely.
Is that a fair assessment, Chief X?
That I'm going to prove that we're not descendants of Moors?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Okay,
I mean, you sure you want to do that?
Right, that's number one. Okay, number two, you said African American ancestors did not conquer or invade Spain. You're going to prove that African American ancestors did not conquer or invade Spain.
Correct.
Ish, you're going to prove that African American ancestors conquered and invaded Spain. Are you able to prove that?
In no limited time. Yes, sir. Easy work.
Okay, so Ish. Okay. And he's going to say that we did not teach Europeans how to bathe either. So I think that's going to be ambiguous unless he can show.
That's ambiguous. We can leave that out. But what my point with that was, like say my hand is dirty. Okay, I got some mud or some dirt on my hand. A human being, I don't care how ignorant you think they are, knows how to wipe their arm and clean their hand. Hold on, listen. That doesn't take any intelligence. Okay. So when I say nobody taught nobody how to bathe, that's true. What I'm saying is, rather the frequency of their bathing, I agree. A lot of them were filthy and dirty, and their frequency of bathing may not have been as the Africans, but they didn't have to teach no simple human being how to clean themselves. That's just common knowledge, and people have been doing that forever.
Okay, now Chief X, I got you. That's ambiguous. So you're gonna prove.
Well, can we do something right quick? Because I don't want this ignorance.
I want Chief X to come prepared tomorrow. I don't want no excuses.
All right.
So I want to make sure I got him on task. I want to make sure
that talking point to last until tomorrow. We need to deal with something right now because we just got done with that holiday, Thanksgiving. So what Chief X needs to do is get properly knowledgeable about the tribes that greeted the pilgrims. They were called the Pequots. That was one of the tribes, the Pequot tribe. They actually mixed with Moors and are part Moorish mixed people because they were exchanged for Moors during slavery. They would enslave Pequots, take them to islands, and then bring Moors and mix them with the tribe. Anyways, when the Pilgrims arrived and when the Puritans arrived, you get the phrase, I could smell them a mile away. That came from the Europeans, because when they arrived to America, the stench on them was so filthy that Native Americans had to teach them how to bathe, because they refused to bathe. They would go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months and never bathe, because they were taught over in England that because of the demons would get them if they jumped into the water, and they had such a fear of ghosts and goblins jumping into their bodies because they were Puritans of misunderstanding of the Bible, they would not even bathe their bodies. So the Native American people had to teach them how to wash themselves when they arrived here, and that was a part of the Thanksgiving rituals of what the Native Americans were teaching the Europeans. But he's so misinformed, he's up there spreading misinformation on Moorish World TV that can be addressed right away. Yes, they did not know how to bathe, and yes, they were taught civilization by the indigenous people.
Wait a minute now. Let me just ask a question. Let me get clarity for tomorrow on what Ishmael said. Ishmael, are you saying, because I think my listening comprehension is good. What you just said was the Pilgrims came and were greeted by people called Moors. Is that what you're saying?
What I said was that when I said when the Pilgrims arrived, they were met by Native Americans called Pequots. That's what I said.
And I think you tried to allude to the Pequot being Moors, right?
What I said was that the Pequots are a Moorish mixed tribe today because they were mixed with Moorish people. They would enslave Pequot people, take them over to the islands, mix them with Moorish people, and then bring them back. So they were exchanging, and the Pequot people are Moorish mixed people. In fact, Donald Trump calls them the Michael Jordan Indians because they look so black. But you don't understand that.
So look.
So the Pequots weren't Moors.
But that's not the argument. That's not the argument, but we're gonna.
No. I'm getting clarity. No.
I'm getting bathing. We ain't even addressing that.
No. Let me get clarity on what Ishmael said. You're saying the Pequot was tomorrow. Okay, you're saying the Pequot that greeted the Pilgrims, and those Pequots weren't Moors when they greeted the Pilgrims, but they later became mixed Moors and Indians. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Okay, listen. We ain't even.
So hold on. So my question is, do you deny that?
Vehemently.
So you want to put that on the schedule too?
I will prove my position tomorrow. And
okay,
when I
hold up.
I want you to stand in front of. Hold on.
I'm writing this down, brother. I'm trying to organize this because I don't want no backdoor stuff. So now, fine, what is the next topic, Ishmael Bey?
All right. Well, I will prove that position tomorrow, and when I do,
I need you to repeat it to me, Ish.
The facts.
What you gonna prove?
I'm gonna prove that the Pequot tribe is a partly Moorish mixed tribe.
A Moorish.
And a Moorish mixed tribe.
Was this before the Pilgrims or after?
No, forget that. We about to.
That's important. That's very important. It's very important. Were they a mixed tribe before the Pilgrims or after, Ishmael?
I've already gone over the history. I'll go over it one more time. The Pequot.
Okay, I get you. You said they got mixed after the Pilgrims.
So do you agree or disagree, brother?
You said those Pequot. I just want to be clear, so I can't give you an answer unless I'm clear. So you're saying those Pequots taught Pilgrims who came over in those dresses and hats and looked clean. You taught those Pequots taught Pilgrims how to bathe?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you know that?
Okay, I hear you.
Don't you know that?
Do you say, hey, brother, do you say no?
I disagree, yes.
Okay, you said the Pequot was not mixed Moorish, and I'm using the term mixed Moorish, and they did not teach the Pilgrims how to bathe. Now, you're going to have to prove your point too, brother. You just can't think he's going to just teach you, because you can take a class for $19.95 a month, and we take all.
You know what? And let me just be honest on that one point. Certain things are ambiguous, like the bath and teaching pilgrims how to bathe, but I can try my best, okay? But check this, let me give you clarity, okay? He's gonna have to prove that Pequots were teaching pilgrims how to bathe. Okay.
Absolutely. And you're gonna have to prove that that didn't happen. Because we're not going to have, that's not a debate if it's one-sided. That's called he's being your professor.
Absolutely, he got to prove his position. He's made the claim that it didn't happen.
Yeah, you can't make the claim that it didn't happen and then say, well, you didn't prove it to me, but no, I don't believe it. You know,
don't understand Moorish history.
So listen, this is tomorrow's agenda. Chief X say we are not descendant of Moors. Ishmael say we are. You're going to have to prove we not, Chief X. Ishmael Bey going to have to prove we are. African Americans are not descendants of the people who conquered Spain. Now, the first one would debunk the second one. But anyway, Chief X will have to prove that we aren't the descendants of those who conquered Spain, and Ishmael will have to prove that we are descendants of those who conquered Spain. Then the third thing on the list is the Pequot tribe is a mixed people of indigenous American and Moorish. You say no. We can get you the bathing stuff. That'll be a sidebar. But are we clear?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. So tomorrow.
What time are we doing this?
Hold on. We also need some clarity because he made multiple videos that blackamoors are not people. That they would never refer to people. That it was only referred to furniture. He said wherever the term blackamoor is used, it was never referred to human beings.
Well, brother, you know we got a question and answer, brother. Let's keep this the main thing short. But you know, on the thing, you do have a question and answer session.
Well, let me be clear. He made a claim of something I said that I didn't say. I'm saying, let me be clear so everybody in the chat knows, and when they come back tomorrow, they can see what I'm talking about. I said blackamoors are not a people. Blackamoors is jewelry and art. It's exotic jewelry and artwork of black heads as servants.
Oh my goodness, brother. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll see tomorrow.
Jewelry is jewelry and artwork of servants. That's what blackamoors are.
Okay. Brother, you're wrong again, unfortunately, but it's gonna prove it tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're gonna prove that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he body.
You know what I mean? Man, this guy Lamont Hart, won't he come on here? Lamont Hart, you want to be on his team tomorrow? Let me ask you.
Let me be clear about the blackamoor thing so people can understand. Okay, it's not black and white. My claim is blackamoors are artwork and jewelry of black Moor figures' heads after the period of 1400. After 1400, before 1400, no one was called blackamoors. They weren't referring to people. Okay, so blackamoors is artwork and jewelry, but you will find through history sometimes people confused blackamoors with a people. So there is some literature out here saying that blackamoors are people, and some people refer to them as a people, but that's wrong if it's found.
Again, brother, let me ask you a question. Where did the origin of blackamoor come from? Since you say 14th century, where was the origin of it that it come from? Do you know?
Well, in England, and they started making blackamoor art in England.
You are so wrong, brother. They was referring to the Moors because they had the dark olive skin.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Almost charcoal black.
Well, we can talk about that tomorrow.
And if you want some reference to that, you actually can go on right now on Facebook, Google, or go on Facebook to Dana Marnici, to Afro-Asiatic blog spot. And she will show you why they called people blackamoors, brother. Woo! Well, anyway, family, we're gonna look good tomorrow. It's 8:30 good for everybody.
8:30 p.m.
8:30 Eastern. Where you at, brother? You in California?
I'm in Cali.
All right. So it's 8:30 good for you.
8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m.
New York time.
New York time, brother.
Okay, so that's 5:30 for me. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
How about you, brother Ish?
Yes, sir. 5:30 works just fine for me. 8:30 works fine for me, brother. I'm West Coast. West
You
Coast.
West? Oh, Ish, you West Coast?
I'm the king of the West.
Hey, brother, don't go over there and put your hands on him. He's our brother, and he means well. Okay.
See, why is everybody in the chat? Why is everybody in the chat so damn disingenuous?
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
wait a minute. They talking about he used white sources. He using, and everything y'all put up with white Europeans. It doesn't matter what source you use. What matters is it truth or not.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something.
This is people escape hatch. People use that as an escape hatch.
No, listen to this, brother. Listen to this. This audience, and if they ever watch the videos, brother, I've had Rick Kittles on here. I've had Dana Marnici. I've had Brother Sharif and Ali's Men. I've had Wesley Muhammad. We had some really Ishmael Bey. I'm talking about, brother, this is an educated audience. You just can't say something and you think that they just going to wash it down. This is an educated audience, brother.
Exactly. That's what I'm bringing. I got my proof. Don't trip. I'm just
so
getting
tomorrow, you can't come here preaching. You're going to have to come and show and prove, because this is not your average audience. You know how
tell Ishmael this, since I'm talking to him. Be a fair. Are you just moderating or what?
I'm just moderating.
Okay, so be fair and tell us this, not just me. Be fair and tell us what you're saying, not just me.
Oh, no. I'm telling you, brother, because I hear you talking, and you talking about the audience. And I'm just telling you that most of this audience, they're probably Googling while you're talking.
Right. And they see it. And if they Google it, they see it means jewelry and artwork.
Hey, brother. And they not finding what you're saying. And so
that's bullshit. If they're not finding, you a lie, you a lie. All you got to do is Google blackamoor, and it'll tell you artwork and jewelry. These are lies right there.
Hey, bro. You want me to
for real? See, we got to be honest. We can't do the mind game thing.
I'm going to Google it for you real quick, and I'm gonna go to the first thing that come up.
Don't do selective Googling. No, put Wikipedia like you've been doing. Go to Wikipedia and put blackamoors.
I'm about to.
How about we just deal with it tomorrow? We'll deal with the blackamoor topic tomorrow, and I will go into the origin of when blackamoor was used.
If he wants to see it, I'm going to go do it.
You don't need to tell me. I do it every day. I see it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm teaching you.
Okay, but I'm going to teach you right now.
I'm teaching you what it is. So you look at it. I already seen it.
Brother,
no, bro. No. Go to Wikipedia and put in blackamoor. Just like you've been doing Wikipedia.
Okay, let's start with Wikipedia. Okay.
No, Wikipedia blackamoor.
I don't use that.
Okay, calm down. We're going to go to Wikipedia blackamoor. Okay. Okay, Wikipedia blackamoor. Let's see what comes up. Wikipedia.
Let's be clear. When you want to find a word that enters the English language, you go to Oxford Dictionary.
We're just doing basic shit for basic understanding. He's been using Wikipedia already all day. Come on now.
I don't deal with basic understanding. I'm not a basic man. I deal with.
I know, but I'm just saying, just for now, we're just trying to give the audience a brief definition. Relax.
Okay, stop.
What does it say?
I'm going to mute you and I'm going to read it, and then
don't mute me. Don't mute me.
This is what he says. This is his definition, Wikipedia. Blackamoor is a European art style from early modern period depicting highly stylized figure, usually African males, sometimes other non-European races, and subsequent, and this is his research, this is how you know he's going to get slaughtered, or exoticized form. Blackamoor is often found in sculpture, jewelry, furniture, and decorative art. In the Iberian Peninsula, historically, the world does not exist. You see where his research come from, right? The Castilian word for Moor was moro, Portuguese moro, and for black, negro, Portuguese negro, petro. But there has never been an Iberian word merging two meanings. So stop there. And okay, you're good. Got you. Now let's see what the dictionary says. Let's compare. It's okay. Blackamoor. Let's see what the dictionary say, brother. You know what I mean? We're going to see what the dictionary say. Here we go. Blackamoor by definition. Okay. Blackamoor. Let me screen share. Blackamoor by definition. Sure, there was jewelry called blackamoor. By definition, a dark-skinned person. It's by definition. But hold up. We ain't going to stop there. Let's look at another source. Let's look at another source. Let's look at one more source. Blackamoor. Let's look at another source. We're going to look at who wrote this. I'm just gonna generally pick anything. Because you didn't pick the Wikipedia. I told you. Everything I said, you can go with Wikipedia and you can go with whoever else too. But let's see what this says. Blackamoors and European Imagination by Dolce & Gabbana. Last month, fashion, Dolce & Gabbana sent models. So there's your Blackamoor jewelry again. You see? Cartoonish, debasing, subaltern, imaginary, that would even have your politically incorrect grandpa think twice. Brother, blackamoor is a derogatory term for our people, brother. But it denotes a people. It's speaking to a people, brother. Of course it's jewelry, but it's speaking towards a people, brother. Are you kidding me? But let's go to one more. I'm just randomly picking up these things. Let's get another definition. Blackamoor definition. What's this right here? Here we go. Let's look at another definition. This guy gonna be stuck. And this is the last one I'm gonna give you. A contemptuous term referring to a black person, whatever that is. A contemptuous term, that's what the jury was. Contemptuous jury, used to refer to dark-skinned people. So-called blackamoors or black Moors were originally black people from North Africa who worked as servants and slaves in wealthy European households. The negative connotation of the term comes from historical association with servitude, not jury. Historical association with servitude, and from the perception that black Moors were strangely exotic. In 1596, Queen Elizabeth I targeted them for deportation. So, brother, you can't be one-sided. Anything that I picked up from Wikipedia, you can cross-reference it anywhere. You only can cross-reference what you just said one time. You only can cross-reference what you talked about one time. You cannot find it anywhere else. One time. This brother is tripping. This brother is really tripping. But anyway, brother. Anyway, I think Bay is a troll. Bay, you ain't gonna be able to watch the show tomorrow. Because you ain't gonna be here trolling. If you can't come on the show and defend your position, then you're gonna be kicked out the chat, my brother. Anything you want to say? Look at him. Look how disrespectful this guy is, man. Look how disrespectful this guy is. Are you gonna show up tomorrow? Shake your hand, yes or no. Stop being disrespectful and emotional. Look how emotional he is. Look, man. He might not show up tomorrow, family. Look at him. Anyway, man, we ain't gonna have that, brother. He's welcome to show up tomorrow if you're gonna be respectful. Brother, he didn't give the people the middle finger. Ishmael Bey, you got anything you want to say before we go, brother?
Yeah, brother. Like I said, I'm, disciplined. I'm cool. Everything is good, man. I mean, the reference you just, posted up. It said that Queen Elizabeth rounded up the Moors and deported them, in the 1500s. She didn't round up the furniture. She didn't round up the jewelry. She rounded up the people. So when he makes elementary statements that are so easily debunkable that it's past laughable, it's actually tragic that people actually turn on a camera and spew such misinformation. You actually said blackamoors weren't even people, that they were just jewelry and furniture. And people really believe, his audience believes that. Whereas the history will show that the blackamoors were rounded up. And when you go into the original definition of blackamoor, it was a self-defining term coming from a human being. And then it took a depreciatory form. It took a negative form later. But originally, it was a person defining themselves, describing themselves as black, and their identity itself as a Moor. He said, I am a black Moor from Barbary. That's how it entered the English language. But he's so misinformed, he doesn't even look for the root of where it comes from. He didn't even look for the root of where the Fez came from. He ignored the fact that the Fez comes from Fez, Morocco. He ignored that. So you're not dealing with people who are even seeking root knowledge or the origin of things. They're just spewing information rooted in emotion. So then when he starts flipping off the audience and being disrespectful, meanwhile, I'm not saying anything at all. I'll wait until you say, buddy, do you have something to say? I don't got to flip off your audience and be mad about it. I just play my position. But that's all I wanted to say, brother.
Islam. And the brother is still welcome to be in the debate tomorrow. But we just, listen, the only reason I muted the brother is because he was just repeating. But tomorrow, if he shows up, and I'm gonna touch bases with him in a minute. Tomorrow, if he shows up, we'll be on a time limit, on a time frame, and that will be the prerequisite of getting the point across. The prerequisite is that when your time is up, you stop or I'm muting you. And that's that. You bring what you bring your proof, and that's that. But with that, I appreciate you, Ishmael Bey. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to create me a flyer tomorrow, and we're going to have a good time tomorrow. And all the trolls, if you come in here to troll, I will just kick you out. But if you think you can debunk any of the information, all you have to do is email me to hunkabay@yahoo.com. You don't have to troll in the chat. All you have to do is bring your A game. Come on up here. And I'm not going to overtalk you. What I'm going to do is we'll have a time constraints. We'll have time constraints. Whereas though if I'm debating you 5 minutes, when my 5 minutes up, I shut up. Right now, it's just a discussion. If your 5 minutes is up, your 5 minutes is up. Your proof, and that's it. So if anybody wants to debate, right now we just have a discussion. You know what I mean? We're just having a discussion. But if anybody wish to debunk any of the information seen on Moorish World TV, you also can bring your own moderator. You can bring your own moderator. Root words. He was saying that we're not African. He's welcome to come on the show, and he can bring his own moderator. And my thing is, no, we're not all African, but we're not all indigenous either. But you can bring your own moderator, and you can debate anybody that comes on here. And because one of my requirements is that if you demonstrate on Moorish World TV, you have to be able to debate, defend, dialogue, or discuss your position. And Ishmael Bey is always up to the challenge. Shout out to Ishmael Bey. Peace and love, brother. Anything you want to say in closing?
Peace and love, brother. Yeah, I want to thank you. I want to thank Brother Chief X for a nice, fruitful dialogue this evening. I want to definitely, I hope that we have a really good, productive debate tomorrow. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'll have like about, maybe about 60 or 70 links just ready on standby.
Hold on, brother. Chief X, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we still live. And brother, you can't be burdening off my people, brother. But
okay, can I say something? Can I explain something? I wasn't burdening the audience.
You was burdening me?
Can you hear me? Can they hear me?
yeah, brother.
I was burdening you, bro. Because you guys are different. And I'm gonna tell you what. Let me explain. You guys are disingenuous, biased, and this will not be a good debate tomorrow. But I don't play the mind games. I was being serious and real. You pulled up Wikipedia and you showed that it means black, and you muted me immediately. So
brother, I agree with you on that, brother.
And then you pulled up another definition. It showed you it was jewelry also.
Absolutely.
And it showed the lady wearing the earring. And you guys muted me, and I was waiting and trying to get back on, and you guys knew my shit was too real, and you didn't want me, but you guys got that work.
Hey, brother.
I'm not debating tomorrow.
Hey, brother.
I'm not debating tomorrow.
Brother.
You guys are disingenuous and game playing.
Brother.
Yes, blackamoor means art, and you showed the people that.
But before it meant art, historically, what did it mean before that?
Here. You guys got smashed today.
Hey, historically, what did it mean before it was related to art? Historically, before it was relative to art, it was relative and relative to a people. Period, point blank. Oh man, he running.
Look, man, it always operates that way, man. It's like Mayweather. It's like, they want to be able to end the arena and then pick up bats and bricks and hammers.
I'm gonna be nice to him. I'm gonna be nice to him. He be back tomorrow.
When I hit him with that shoulder roll, they start catching them blows. See, he was making them claims about blackamoor, and I just wanted to scrutinize the claim that he was making. Okay. And it got exposed as being false.
Here we go. I just want him to know that that tomorrow, hey, brother Chief X, listen.
And then you wouldn't allow, and then you kicked me out. You kicked your guest.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Tomorrow.
You kicked your guest out the chat.
Listen to me. Tomorrow.
Did you just kick your guest out the chat?
Brother, you gave me the middle finger, brother. Of course I did.
Did you kick? No. You know why I was giving you the middle finger. The audience don't know why, but you know why.
Hey, brother, listen. Tomorrow.
You did not know it was jewelry. You did not know it was jewelry.
Brother, everybody knows it's jewelry. What are you talking about?
No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm out of here. You guys are full of
Hey,
shit.
brother. So Chief X tripping, man. Everybody knows that they make jewelry called blackamoor, brooches and so forth and so on. Everybody know that, but it comes from calling our people or referring to us as blackamoors.
Brother, put your picture up here so the audience can see you, Brother Jarka. They have me frozen on the other screen.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. So the point of the matter is that man, Hey, Root Words, do you want to come get this work tomorrow? Root Words, do you want to come get that work tomorrow? Huh?
I mean, well, Chief X was saying that he was being muted up, but I wasn't saying a word. I didn't say a word until you invited me to say something. I didn't say anything that whole time.
Well, the thing is that Chief X, he grabs one meaning and gets stuck with it. And like I said, what is the origin of blackamoor? Before you can get to the jewelry part, you have to know the origin of a thing. What is the origin of the fans before you get into the Congo or before you get into Turkey?
Exactly.
What is the origin of the title Bey or the surname Bey, if you will, which is actually a title? What is the origin of it before it enters into Turkey?
But see, if you know,
those are the important things.
if you notice, once you put scrutiny on it, Brother Taharka, and you said, brother, what's the root of it? What did he say? I don't know.
I don't know.
So he never even studied what the root of it is, but he turns on a camera and then wishes to debate and then talk about the Moors this and the Moors that. But when the Moors point out, well, the Fez is from, it's named after Fez, Morocco. It is Moroccan. It is a part of the culture. They don't know that. So, so they're rooted in emotion and they're not looking for the origins.
Lamont Hart, would you come and debate tomorrow, Lamont Hart, since we lying? He said we lying. So would you come and debate it tomorrow? Huh, Lamont? I'm gonna wait for an answer before I go. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes and then we're gonna check out. Would you debate it tomorrow, Lamont Hunt? If you better say yeah. What up, Big Wolf in the building? Nah, he don't want to debate. He a troll. He gotta go.
Why is it such a big deal once I just asked one simple question about the blackamoors? I spent all this time answering his question, even supplying references for the positions of what the questions that he had. And then I finally asked him only one question, and it ended up being flipped off, emotions. I just asked him one simple question.
Bro, the thing is, brother, is that he has some research, but his research stops at Wiki. You know what I mean? His research stops at Wiki. So when we start talking about what's the historical account of something, even though I'm using Wiki, I'm saying that the first people that European that came to the shores, the name was there. He says it himself. You know what I mean? So we don't even have to stop at Wiki. We can go beyond Wiki and see that this European, this Greek that came to the shores of North Africa describes what he saw. Period. That's it. And hey, after that, it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway, family, we'll be back tomorrow.
Just for some clarity, tomorrow at the debate, there's no muting of anyone as long as they stay within the time constraints and as long as it's respectful. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what your rules always are.
The thing is,
your regular rules.
I won't be able to say anything. I won't be able to say anything. The only thing I can say is time. Or the only thing I can say is, okay, you go. I won't be able to say a word.
Right, that's all you ever do.
Yeah, I won't be able to say a word. I won't say nothing. So he can present everything he wants to present. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to learn. And that'll be the end of it. So he's welcome to come back. I hope he don't let his audience down because his audience says, just show up. Show up, Chief. Just show up. Shout out to my sister, Tompkins, man. Allah help us all.
Just show up and I'm going to take care of all the rest. That's all you got to do. Just show up. I got it from there.
And Chief X, if you're watching, I'm giving you my word. I will not interject and I will not mute you unless you go over the time constraint. And that goes for Ishmael Bey too. If he goes over the time constraint, I will mute him. Oh, he said he want to come back on it. Brother, all you got to do is hit the link. He said he want to come back on the panel. Hit the link real quick, brother. Hit the link and you can come back on. I didn't block you.
I'm always going to continue to lock arms and even assist Chief X in debunking the myths.
Yeah, Chief X.
I love the work that he does.
Hit the link and you can come back on. I didn't block you, brother. Yeah, who are you a chief of anyway? All you gotta do is hit the link, brother. The link will bring you right back in. Matter of fact,
that's the reason why I like Chief X. It's because he embraces his eldership, and that's what I like. Because we're in a different realm now. You know what I mean? Like once I did get into my 50s, I embraced my eldership of knowing my responsibility and knowing what the role of a chief or an elder is supposed to be, what a Baba is supposed to be, and I love that evolution. And he embraces that evolution. He's my brother. He's my teacher, but he's my brother. And he embraces his eldership. So that's really what makes him a chief. It's because he understands that as you get older, there's a different responsibility. And that's what I love about him the most.
Well, Chief gonna get this whipping like he Chief Keef tomorrow. Bet that.
He show up in that arena. He getting that work.
Hey, Chief. Hey, Chief. What I did was, brother, I sent you another link. Where you at, brother, before I get up out of here? All right? Hey, he might be an elder, but tomorrow he gonna get that juvenile beaten like a Chief Keef tomorrow. Let him show up. Let him show up tomorrow. Well, yeah, Chief. Let me see if he's seen the link. Did he see the link? He's seen the link. All he got to do is hit the link. He can come right back in. And then we'll wrap it up. Chief, where you at? Let me see. He might claim it don't work. Where you at, Chief? Chief. Man, Chief. Come on, Chief. But Chief, let me try to call him so I can wrap this up. I'm hungry. I got to get up off here. Let me try to call the Chief. Get you on the hotline. Well, call him real quick, Chief. Call him real quick.
I need to send you over one of them homemade Muslim bean pies.
That's probably locked in. You got some boot? What you got, brother?
Yeah, I need to send you over one of them Muslim homemade bean pies we got.
I wish you would.
Them joints be nice.
What's the call-in number?
Hey, now, Chief X. Chief X, they can hear you.
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you. They can hear you, brother. Yeah. But you gotta echo, so you gotta turn your computer speaker down. The people can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, turn your volume down.
It's a lot of echoing going on.
You gotta echo, so you gotta turn your computer speaker down. You got me?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. There it goes. No echo. So, brother.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. Now, brother, let me ask you, would you be so gracious to bless our audience tomorrow? I will not interrupt. The only time that I will stop you if you go past the time constraints. I will not say anything for or against what you say or what Ishmael say. I will only moderate. And when the time is up, the time is up. And I will send you the framework in a few minutes as to how the debate goes. Is that fair, brother?
Okay. You can't see. I'm a different kind of breed. I'm not going to let you control my narrative and play mind games when I see the mind games. You got to let me talk for 1 minute now. Y'all been spitting fire on me since you kicked me out the panel. Can you tell your audience right now that you kicked me out the panel, please?
I kicked you out because you gave me the middle finger. Yes, I did, brother.
Okay, now, can you tell them why I was giving you the middle finger? Why I told you I was giving you the middle finger, not the audience?
I don't know why you were giving me the middle finger. I just see the middle finger.
Why. And I don't want no interruptions.
Brother, you ain't coming on my show making no demands.
Hold on. I told you what blackamoor means, and I told you I don't lie. I don't make up stuff. I don't give my opinion. I'm trying to teach right now. And I'm giving y'all this work. I told you blackamoor means art or jewelry. You didn't believe me. You did not know it meant that. Nobody in the audience knew it meant that. And I told you, look it up on Wikipedia because you've been using Wikipedia all day and I'm research. And Wikipedia told you it was art and jewelry. And then you went on to the next article because that one debunked you. And then it showed a woman wearing blackamoor jewelry, and it told you again that it was blackamoor jewelry. I was right. I didn't lie. I wasn't wrong. Let's be honest. You didn't know it was jewelry and artwork. Ishmael Bey, I never said it was furniture. So I don't come to grown folks to play mind games and let's get him out the chat. Let's mute him so we don't look bad. That's why I was getting muted, because I was telling the truth. Don't play with me. If you want me on the show to debate, I want to. That's why I said I want it. I want to come on. But if I come on, you're going to treat me like a guest and respect me. And on top of that, you see these niggas in the chat go spitting fire on me. You tell their ass to shut the fuck up and respect the guests.
See, brother, you can't talk like
do that. You disrespecting me.
See what I'm saying?
See, and see, this is where the emotion and the preaching comes from. Hold on.
Brother, but you can't talk like that, brother. You gotta calm yourself. You gonna be all right.
No, you calm yourself. Y'all spend fire on me after you kick me out. I'm fired up for a reason, and the audience knows I'm right. And I know the audience knows I should be pissed off. You muted me 10 times. I told you, why are you not a mutant Ishmael? And you continue to mute me 5 more times after that. Show me some motherfucking respect.
See, brother.
Kids.
Man, I ain't pressed for that debate that much, man. That brother had no discipline.
See, this is the point.
I'm not that much. I'm not that much. You know, I would love for him to come on the debate, but brother, when he do that, man, and MF for this and MF for that, you know what I mean? Man, that's unnecessary, and that's going way too far. Because
emotional, man.
You know what I mean? And they calling him a homosexual, and he's demonstrating feminine qualities. He's demonstrating feminine qualities with all of this weirdness, this rage. You know what I mean? All of this rage about some information. And we said, you know what I said to him? Let me show you. Let me show you what I said to him in the chat. Let me find it real quick.
Why you finding it, Brother Tahaka? This is the problem. He's not used to being around your audience. Your audience already understood what you were doing in your demonstration, Tahaka. You were showing where he was getting his information from and why his information was limited. So you pulled up the jury and the description there, showing the audience this is what he's limited to. You then took that example and then showed 2 other examples of how it was referring to people. So he was only fixed on this one definition. Your audience already knew that it was dealing with jury. We all know that. We're Moors. We all know
that's common knowledge. You know what I mean?
It's common knowledge. He makes it sound like it's something deep or something that we never heard of before. You didn't know that?
Yeah, like, you that. Hey, bro.
Like, that's elementary stuff.
Like, the local Goodwill got some of that stuff. The imitation. The local Goodwill got some. You know what I mean? So that's unnecessary, man, to act like that. To go into a rage like that. He went into a rage for nothing. So with that, family, hopefully he gets some rest and calm down. He'll come up in there tomorrow. I would like everybody to give a thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. We came in here on the fly. We'll be back tomorrow. Even if he doesn't shows up, we will have our brother Ishmael Bey.
Yes, sir, brother.
As you prepare for what we talked about, if he doesn't shows up, will you still give a presentation to our people who expect him to show up tomorrow?
Brother, I'm fully locked and loaded. The brother has an invitation. The arena will be open for him. If he steps in the ring, he steps in the ring and he gets knocked the hell out. If he don't step in the ring, the people still gonna get the information. I don't give a damn who it is. You step in the arena with me, you getting bodied. I don't miss. I don't fall. It ain't gonna happen. So if he step in the arena, he getting bodied. He ain't leaving either way. Once he step in the arena, he ain't leaving.
And let me tell everybody something. when you come to Moorish World TV, you know how Brother Tahaka Bey is. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. But under a debate, when a debate is happening, you will be respected in your time. I will not cut you off, nor would I allow anybody else to cut you off, and nor will I cut off anybody else. But we had a discussion. This was a discussion. It should get a little bit heated, but not to the point where we cussing each other out, throwing up middle fingers. What type of foolishness is that? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know where that came from.
So anyway, tomorrow, family, I will see y'all here tomorrow. We're going to have a good time this week. This week, family, I got some pretty good things coming up. I'm going to tell you what I got coming up this week. It's going to be nice. Let me show you a few things I got coming up before I get up out of here. A few things I got coming up this week. We're going to talk about this brother here. We're going to talk about these agents within the Moorish diaspora, if you will. It's so unfortunate that we have so many that have risen up, right? And nobody seems to say anything as it relates to the potential agents that we have among us. So let me get one more in real quick. One that we're going to talk about this week is we're going to return to talk about this brother. These two brothers are going to be a hot topic this week. Give me 1 second. They're going to be a hot topic this week. We're going to deal with this brother here. Let me screen share real quick. Jamal, this brother here, Jamal. We're going to deal with this brother here. Whereas I think that I can show enough evidence to prove that this brother is an agent. He was former military, I think in the armed forces, one of the branches of the armed forces. And the reason why I say that this brother is an agent is because this brother started into his interest into what he think is Moorish science less than a year ago, or maybe a year ago, and now he considers himself a bona fide teacher with the misappropriation or the corrupt teachings of what he will call Moorish science, which I think that people like that are plants to blur the lines so our people cannot get to the destination that we are supposed to get through unity, common sense, and practical application of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And so I believe that this brother is a plant. He's an agent sent here by government agencies. Yes, he's going to get locked up and get out. Yes, he's going to do things that seem like he's a freedom fighter. But in actuality, he's just a propaganda tool to confuse the public as to what is the real solution by the way of Moorish Science Temple of America. That's why you see in this picture, you got a sister with a fez on. Now, this sister's wear fezes. Back in the day, of course, some did. But is it Moorish science or teachings as taught by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Absolutely not. Is it the culture taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Absolutely not. So to wave a banner saying that you follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but you step outside the criteria of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you blur the lines. Before you know it, these homosexuals, these lesbians will be wearing fez, the masculine headdress within the diaspora of the Moorish Science Temple of America will be coming through the doors, causing more confusion. And not saying that women in the past did not wear fezes, because native tribe women wore headdress that is consistent with the look of the fez. Even in Africa, they wore headdresses with consistent with the fez. But when you say you represent the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that is not the culture as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So it disqualifies you. That means you are coming to start confusion to blur the lines. When you look at this brother right here, he got high security clearance. He have shook hands with George W. Bush. He have been on Air Force One. We got the pictures to prove it. Now, all of a sudden, he comes up with this fictitious idea that he is a consulate general that can get people out of jail, and he is going to liberate our people by the way of a court. Again, these are the confusions and plants that is sent out to our community to confuse our people as to what it means to be a Moorish American and what the true resolution is for our liberation. So we're going to see this quite often. They're going to come from all different parts. They will never debate anybody. They will never sit down and discuss or dialogue what is right and what is wrong. And then when they do sit down and dialogue, they will ultimately get mad, just like Chief X did, because they will not be able to fulfill their agenda to cause confusion in the hearts and minds of our people. So I'm telling you, this is the rise of the Moors agents. They are coming. The Moorish hordes are growing in America and around the world. And the only way for them to neutralize our liberation, they have to send somebody that look like us, talk like us, and appear to be fighting for us. And so, family, keep your eyes out. Use the standard of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. If you look at a picture of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moors and you don't see a sister with affairs on, then you know some confusion is on board. If you look at the Moors and you can't find one Moorish American back during the time of the Prophet where there was 30,000 Moors following the Prophet, and not one of them challenged some judge talking about the authority and all of this stuff. Not one. Not one. We got 30,000 Moors. 30,000 Moors known to be with the Prophet. Known to be with the Prophet. And not one of them demonstrated any of this stuff that we see today. Not one out of 30,000. Not one went before a judge and talked crazy. Not one went before police and talked crazy. In fact, Prophet Noble Drew Ali had a police escort. He had a police escort. You follow me? So, family, you got to watch this stuff. You got to watch this stuff because the agents today is on the information highway called the internet, and they're here to cause confusion, to blur the lines so you will not know what Moorish science look like. You will not know what Moorish science look like. And these Moorish American, Moorish Science Temple of America leaders, they need to step up to the plate and they need to help out on these front lines of the internet so we can give a clear concept to the unsuspecting public as to what the Moorish Science Temple of America look like. If we don't, this blurred lines will take control of the airwaves, and we will be fighting or spitting in the wind, if you will. It'll fly back on our face. So we need everybody. We need everybody that know what it is to be a Moorish American, to know what it is to be a follower and a teacher under the learning of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali to step forward. Most importantly, we need these leaders, these supreme grand sheiks to step up, these grand sheik and moderators to step up. We need the leaders to step up. And if you don't step up, then you need to finance those who are stepping up so we can set aside this discord. It's time to set aside this discord. So that's what it is. Hopefully tomorrow Chief X will show up.
Yeah, Brother Tark, I want to thank you, man. You hosted a really good weigh-in. We had a nice, fruitful face-off. You know what I mean? So hopefully he'll show up for the fight tomorrow because the face-off and the weigh-in was very, very exciting. And even the arena was full watching the weigh-in and watch us face off. Tomorrow is going to be the main event. I'll be there in the ring, and I'll be looking for my opponent to actually show up.
Give him a call, brother, and let's put it in stone. Tell him if I offended him, I apologize, but he can't come on here and offend our people either. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love, family. We up out of here, and I see y'all tomorrow, 8:30. p.m. with or without Chief X. Hopefully, Chief X will show up and we have a good dialogue // debate. Peace and love, family.